Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. All right. Hey, thank you all for joining me here this wonderful. Wait a minute. Is today Friday already? All right. You know, because I took Monday off for the holiday, this week went by fast. There's a bolt of lightning. I can't believe it's already Friday. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to join me and Frauditor News Network and our guest, According to Asia. It's going to be a good show. Heck yeah. So anyway, hello, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Let's see the first one, and the first happy dance of the day goes to the one, the only, the Tequila Kid. All right. Oh, crap hammers. Yeah. Here you go. All right. Thank you so very much. I appreciate the appreciation. Home dog audits. If I go to the dog park after the show, will you give it a view? Why not? Give me a link, and I'll watch it. especially if it's live. I'll go in the chat. I'll be like, "What's up?" And then it'll be like, "What's up?" And then I'll be like, "I'm already gone." No, man, I'll check it out for sure. Why not? Terry Barnes, what's up? Happy Friday. Good morning. Little Chihuahua Big World, what's up? Tequila Kid, Vestige of Peace. All right. Greg Jonick. All right, Little Chihuahua. Greg Jonick. Tequila Kid, Terry Barnes. All right. Greg, Little Chihuahua. Oh, Dad farted, dude. Oh no. Wait a minute. Good morning. I don't know how to email you. I'm legally blind. Please give me another option to get my prize because I've never won a damn thing in my effing life. Um, well, I mean, Salacious, can you talk to him and see if you can't work something out to get him his prize? If he's if he can't see to send an email, I got to be able to get his information, but I can't have him put it right here in the chat because I mean, obviously we all know that that's a bad idea. Um, so do you have Discord or anything like that where you could send her a private message or something? We'll figure something out. I got you. I got you. We'll get you. We'll figure something out for you. No problem. No problem. I ain't never gonna let I haven't let my fans down yet. I'm not gonna start now. Dag nabbit. Edie Marie, what's up? Let's see. Terry Barnes. Zerzu Zyquin, what's up? He's so awesome, everyone. I'm not kidding. The best ever. Who? Me? Thank you. Thank you. All right. Vestige of Peace, Terry Barnes, Edie Marie, Little Chihuahua, Zerzu Zyquin. Let's see who else is here. Home Dog Audits. Vestige of Peace, Dad Farted, Terry Barnes, Edie Marie, yeah. Christopher O'Connor, good morning, good to see you. 56 and 64, 60. Oh my goodness gracious me. I just turned 50 this year. My 50th birthday party was a live stream. Some of you guys were there. Thank you for coming, by the way. Let's see. Home Dog Audits, he's like, oh man. Everyone in the chat's like, I'm 58, I'm 60. Home Dog's like, oh, I'm 15. Hey, it's good to see you. How come you're not in school? Get your ass to class. What are you doing watching me? Terry Barnes, Bob Fox, good morning. What's up? Let's see, Vestige of Peace, Bob Fox. Let's see, King Stew 2000. Good morning, all. All right. Oh, because you love poop? Yeah. He's like, no, I mean, I'm a dog. Like, literally, I'm a dog. I'm 15 years old. In human years, in dog years, it's probably like 3. Message of Peace, Highway Star. Grandpa's in the house. What's up? All right. Trey Barnes, Highway Star. Edie Marie, Bob Fox, Home Dog Audits. Let's see. Who else is here? Jammin' Jet. What's up? Mark Rules. All right. Good to see you. Belgium calling in. That's right. Love it. Jammin' Jet, Mark Rules, Vestige of Peace, Home Dog Audits. Methodist Dave in the house. What's up? All right. I'm sorry. Well, every morning when I read your name, because I don't know if I'm as big as Tones, but like Tones, I'm a big fan of Mel Brooks. And every time I read your name, it just makes me think of that part in Blazing Saddles where he's going over the list of every villain he could think of, and he's like, buggers, muggers, Duggar, and just going on and on and on, and then the fight, he's out of breath at the end. He goes, and Methodists. I'm sorry, it's just I just no offense to Methodists. I'm just saying every time I see your name, that line from that movie pops into my head. Greg Jonick, Jammin' Jet, Highway Star. Oh no! Sand gets into everything, damn it. Oh no, yep, see? They're already starting. Terry Barnes, Bob Fox. Yes, it is Friday. Oh no, what's he saying now? Where's that little brat baby voodoo? I'll give him a piece of my mind. How dare you people? Ian Smith, good afternoon. It's lunchtime in the UK. Enjoying the show with a cup of tea and a cheese and pickle sandwich. All right, all right, all right. That does not sound like the end of the world. That wouldn't be such a horrible thing to eat, I guess. William Grammer. You know, obviously being an American, we're told that all you guys ever eat is fish and chips. And well, yeah, that's your lunch. But it's like, that's like saying all we eat is a burger and fries, right? Like, yeah, there are other foods. Vestige of Peace, Highway Star, Dad Farted, Blackheart Knight, Mark Rules, News Now Voodoo, Mrs. News Now Voodoo. I told you, baby, I'm good for it. You guys are a blast. I love you guys so much. This whole voodoo doll thing's taking on a life of its own completely. I love it. All right. $50 from Greg Jonick. My chat is working now. I blame News Now Voodoo for the problems this week. So Tay's News Now Voodoo for me and for Blackheart Knight as well. All right. So we got our first happy dance of the day, and now we're going to get our first tasing. All right.
Oh, what the? Hey, come on. I just woke up. Dude, you woke me up for this crap? What does this nonsense say here? What is it? My chat is working now. I blame News Now Voodoo for the problems this week. So Tay's News Now Voodoo for me and BHK. Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, Greg. Who you, Greg Brady? From the Brady Bunch with your raggedness? Ah, you dirty, no good, rotten scoundrel. I was dreaming about being a pimp and eating some shrimp and auditing the Vatican. Oh, it was a beautiful dream. And then all of a sudden, the Pope took a rope and some soap, and I said nope. And then, wait, what the hell am I talking about? Ow! Ow! Ow!
That punk's got a mouth on him, man. And I'm Catholic. He was talking about the Pope. Come here. Punk. He's a troublemaker. Oh. There he goes. The pimpest of the pimps. You'll get that money. I just have to pimp out Blackheart Knight. I'm sure he might be worth a few dollars. Oh, man. Potluck, what's up? Good morning, reprobates. That's right. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love the British Bulldog. Salacious Jam and Jet with a gifted membership. All right. Here's a happy dance for Jam and Jet. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. News Now Voodoo. The baby is at a low. Who you put Oh, man. This is great. I love you guys so much. This is awesome. All right. Let's see. Greg Jonick, Potluck, Mrs. News Now Voodoo, Vestige of Peace, Jam and Jet, Blackheart Knight. Who else? Bob Fox. $10 from Maserati 5000 GT. Good morning, everyone. Blazing Saddles is one of my favorite comedies. Each time I see a can of beans, I'm reminded of the part where they're sitting at the campfire eating bees. Now taste that voodoo doll, boy. All right, here we go. What the
heck happened? You're talking about Cleavon Little 1 second and Gene Wilder, and now you're talking about stabbing me and getting me tased? What the hell's going on with you people, man? I thought we were... Ow! Hey, stop, Hez. I wasn't done talking, man. Ow! Hey! What are you... Ow! Hey! Ow! Oh, no! Ah! Oh, no! All right.
All right. Free news now voodoo. That hurt. Stop it. Shut up. Nobody asked your opinion. Yeah. Vestige of Peace, Highway Star, Mr. News Now Voodoo, Mr. Voodoo. There's the little boy. There's the little guy right there. All right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome once again on this beautiful Friday morning. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Loving it. Getting ready for the weekend. Gonna have a good weekend, baby. Gonna have a lot of fun. Gonna have our Saturday show tomorrow. Gonna be a lot of fun. We got $5 from Highway Star. Hey, Voodoo, guess what? More Taven. By the way, Deep Purple is the greatest. Oh, all right. Here. Come on, buddy. You get another. Stop it. Come on.
I'm not doing it. Stop. All right, Highway Star. I know what your favorite song is. Don't lie to me. I'll sing it for you. It goes like this. It goes, don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Baby, 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 oh, baby. I love you. That, and what's that other one by that same band? Oh yeah. Why do birds suddenly appear every time I'm near? 'Cause I'm a pimp, baby, and you're the simp, and I'm gonna show you what's up, baby. That's right, 'cause just like me, they long to pee and to poo on your shoe. 'Cause that's what I'm gonna do. But gee, stop it! Cut it out! Oh, ow. Oh no. Not again. Not like this. Not like this. Oh, Blackheart Night. Blackheart Night. It's always you, isn't it? Oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh, you watch, buddy. I'm gonna audit that sand pile, and I'm gonna start auditing. I'm gonna audit the freaking worms under the ground, man, just to teach you a lesson, you punk. That helmet ain't gonna save you from my camera. I'm gonna get you. I don't care. It's out. Ouch! Thank you.
Thank you very much. Keep your frauditing job, News Now Voodoo. You're a bad singer. Oh man. Get him again. Where's my money? Oh man, one of these days. Pow, right in the kisser with that punk. I'm telling you, man, he causes me so much trouble every day. Oh, but it's good to get some of my stress out on these frauditors, taking it out on him. And at this point, that's his purpose in life. And literally, that's what he was born to do. Literally. Anyway, um, hello, and hello again. I love you guys so much. It's good to have you here, to see you in my stream every single day of the year. Oh, thank you. All right. I put my backlights on because why not? I like the ambiance. I need eventually, uh, when I go back up north, I'm gonna have my nice actual studio set up, and it'll be a smaller space, but that light will fill it up better, and it'll be more awesome, man. And because I scream and hoop and holler so much, I might have to eventually soundproof the walls. I don't know, but I didn't realize how creep cheap soundproofing is. They sell big sheets of it at Amazon on Amazon for way less than I would have thought it would be. When I was a kid and we were in bands, we would just save our old egg cartons and staple them to the wall in the garage. That was our soundproofing. Uh, I don't know if it actually did anything, but we did it. Back up north, yeah, I'm temporarily in Florida. My kids are with their mom up in Wisconsin, and I'm gonna go back up there eventually permanently. But for now, it's all story. I've told it on here before. Basically, a lot happened, but ultimately, the reason why I'm here right now is because a while ago, my mom got in a really bad car accident, and she's alone after my father died. So she's down here in Florida, and she, I mean, she couldn't function after the accident. So I came down to help her out, and I've been hanging out down here while she's been recuperating and taking care of business. And the timing was, well, I mean, it's never good when something bad happens, but the timing was perfect because I was teaching at the time, and then the whole COVID thing was going down, and all the schools closed, so I wasn't getting any jobs. So then I had to start doing side jobs. So I didn't really have like a lockdown full time job out there. And I was doing more like computer work, online work, and selling stuff and doing other things like that until eventually, when the opportunity arose for me to come down here to help her out, it was like, well, you know what, I can. And when I first came down here, I brought the kids with me, and they were here with me for a while. And then now my wife and I are basically bouncing the kids back and forth. But like I've said before, because it is coming up in July, June 7th, so that's what, next week. My daughter is graduating high school. I was going to go back up there for the graduation, but she actually told me she'd rather I didn't, because when I come up there in July, she's like, take whatever money you would have spent to come up here and visit us for my graduation and use that so you could stay longer and we could do more fun stuff while you're in town in July. So in July, I'm going to be broadcasting for a good portion of the month from my laptop. So, and hopefully I'll, find a place that has free Wi-Fi. Maybe I'll be broadcasting from the McDonald's parking lot every morning. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not a cheesehead. I'm from Chicago. I'm from Chicago, but right now, I originally moved to Wisconsin for job purposes for my work. Um, and then from there, there was another thing because I was working as an ultrasound technician in Iowa for a while. I've done so much stuff. I was teaching in Wisconsin. I was an ultrasound technician in Iowa. I was in like 4 different punk bands in Chicago, and then I was a DJ in Chicago. Plus a lot of pizza places and fast food joints that I worked at back in the day. Um, I've done a little bit of everything. I've worked in a factory. Um, Doll Bears. Now you're talking. That's right. That's right. See, I don't use this one because football season hasn't started yet, but I'll show you. This is my, that's my Bitmoji, but this is the one I'm going to use every the Monday after the game every week. That's going to be my Bitmoji. Yeah. And I've even I know I've do bandantiality. Ah! I know I've mentioned this before, but I even because all right, so I have this display case for my Rubik's Cube, and I always let's see for the camera. I always keep it on the display like this so that it's showing the white, blue, and orange for the bears. That's how I keep it on display with the white, blue, and orange showing. Baby, 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 baby. Oh, great. Thanks a lot, News Now Voodoo. You got that song stuck in my head now. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Baby, 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 oh, baby. I love you. I really do. See, all right. This is the thing. I grew up on the South Side, so it was always socks, 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 socks. But I was never into the battle between the two teams. I was always like, Chicago, I support Chicago, you know? When they would play each other, I would pretty much root for whoever had the worst record that year because I like to see the underdog win, you know? But I mean, they've both won a World Series in my lifetime, and nobody would have ever thought that was possible, especially for the Cubs. So, hey, what are you going to do? I only been to Chicago once. Well, now is not the time to go back. You don't want to go there now. Oh man, in fact, a couple weeks ago, I was on here and I was reading the news, and I'm like, you know what? I'm almost glad I left because apparently it's getting really, 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 really bad out there. Um, hey, Dad farted. Are you still here? Um, there's got to be some other way for you to contact us. Do you have like Discord or anything like that? Uh, I miss the Dio dish pizza. That's pretty good. The deep dish pizza is even better, but the Dio dish is great. Here's the thing with Chicago pizza though, and I think this is true about anything. I mean, I don't know, I haven't literally traveled everywhere, but from my experience in general, like when people talk about Chicago pizza, you think of the deep dish pizza, and then if you're tourist, they're gonna point you to Giordano's or one of these other famous deep dish pizza places, right? But just like anything, right? The real stuff is the couple local joints in every neighborhood that nobody ever heard of, except for the people who live in that neighborhood. They know where to go. And I think that's true anywhere. I think if you want to get a Philly steak, you have to be in Philadelphia and ask around, and the people in the neighborhood will tell you who's got the good ones. Because I've had some thin crust pizzas in Chicago, paper thin crust that were like so good. I mean, it's amazing. It doesn't necessarily have to be deep dish, but the thing I love about a good deep dish, and a lot of places will serve it as what they call a stuffed pizza, is when it literally is like a pizza pie. Like you think of like a chicken pot pie kind of a thing, right? But it's literally a pizza pie. Oh, those are so good. One piece, maybe two, with a fork, and that's all I can eat. They're so good. Joshua Lee said, "Dub Bears." You've had the same Rubik's Cube for 40 years and still haven't solved it. Well, first of all, you probably got the wrong kind. You can't buy a Rubik's brand cube. Um, this is a Mio cube from Japan. The best is the Gan cube, but those are like almost $90. I'm not going to pay $90 for a Rubik's cube, but this is a Mio cube. Like for example, it has on the corners it has magnets. See those little so that you won't accidentally spin it too far. Um, it's easy. It's customizable. You could peel the middles off, and then there's notches in there that you could tighten it or loosen it to your so that when you spin it, it could just keep spinning or it stops when you want it to. It's completely customizable. Really, very, very, very nice cube. Uh, Once you get used to playing with one of those, playing with a Rubik's cube is like this isn't even a puzzle. It's just a toy. Give it to the kids. I'm going to use the real one. Um, I don't have Discord. I can give you my phone number, and I'm not afraid to have it out there. Ah, dude, no. Look, don't put something in the chat. We got to be able to figure something out. Let's see. All right. No. Rubik's brand cubes are cheap. They're like $8 to $10. But Rubik's brand cubes are a children's toy. And once you actually learn the puzzle and want to get serious about doing the puzzle, then puzzle cubes they can get really, really expensive for the good ones. This one's a mid-range one. And I actually got because on Amazon they had a sale. Well, I didn't order it through Amazon. I forgot who I ordered it. No, it was Amazon. They had a sale because these I think are usually like $30 each. So I was able to get two for 30, so like $15 each. But like I said, a Rubik's cube, an actual Rubik's cube, is between $8 to $10. Some places will charge like $12 or more. So yeah, I mean but I mean these days everything's super expensive, right? It's ridiculous. Um, does that mean you're a windhead? What the heck? Oh, not because the Windy City instead of a cheesehead, a windhead. All right. I'll give you a partial for that one. I solved my Rubik's brand cube over 1,000 times. Did the stickers fall off yet? That piece of garbage probably gave you tendonitis too. He's like, it's still a toy. Mike, it's trained. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle cube. Yeah, it's a toy. Dad farted. Do you have Facebook? Are you on Facebook? Any social media platform at all? You're obviously on YouTube, so that's something. Paracord Princess, did I say hi? I don't know. Anyway, what is this? Maserati 5000 GT. For your information, News Now Voodoo ratted you out to Easy Camera. Seen a clip of him watching live stream reviewing play of you requesting News Now Voodoo get tased like it was him. He was confused as what was. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I watched that live. Well, no, I was on live when he did it, but I watched it afterwards, and it is funny. And I ended up talking about what? Oh, I ended up talking in his comments, and he responded to me. And I told him, I'm like, hey, wait a minute, look, you're telling me that you can do like what I said was, I don't remember the exact words, but basically what I said was, so to you, beating up an actual human being, knocking out a woman is okay. But me taking my aggression out on an inanimate object is crazy. So you actually physically hurting another human being is okay, but me using a healthy outlet for my frustration is crazy? Anyway, I collect those little Thai boos. I don't care that they're toys. Yeah, no, man, it's all good. My dad threw my Rubik's Cube away. He couldn't solve it. See, this is the thing. Once you figure out, because here, this is my old one. See, the stickers started falling off. But this is also a Mio Cube, but this is the cheaper Mio Cube. This one was only $8. So this is about the same cost. In fact, a little bit cheaper than a legit Rubik's Cube. But it's better, except it's got the stickers. Like I said, the stickers are falling off. So that's why I went and I got a stickerless one where the cubes themselves are colored. And I like that because the inside is purple, which is really cool. I like that a lot. So yeah. My son keeps telling me to give him a GAN cube. I'm like, look, if you become a professional cuber, then I'll get you a GameCube. In the meantime, you could stick with the Mio too. He likes to race me, and he always beats me. Little turd bomber. You collect stickers? Oh, well, I got some Hezokuai stickers available in the merch store. Look out. Anyway, watching on YouTube, no social media status on any platform. Oh my goodness gracious me. That's a poopy situation. Well, I'm not gonna make you dox yourself. We'll figure something out. Ray, good morning to anyone I missed. I overslept this morning and woke up on the grumpy side of the bed. Oh no. You know what that means? We don't get no grumpiness in here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's fix that right now with a good old-fashioned Hezekiah happy dance. All right. We're gonna whisk your blues away. Because we're awesome sauce. And who took my beat? Yeah. Okay. Do you have someone that could email for you? Maybe I could like just slowly read off my email address to you, and you could jot it down and then get it to somebody who could send the email for you. I don't know. It's up to you. And I'm thinking, I'm thinking like your prize is a lenticular card. Like, are you gonna have trouble seeing it? I don't know. No, there is, but he's saying he can't. He doesn't like. I don't know, but he said he's legally blind and he can't use that stuff. So I'm assuming that he's doing like a voice recognition kind of thing or something. I don't know. The point is, it's not that major of an issue, and I'm not trying to make it a bigger issue than it is. It's just I don't want him to dox himself by putting it right here in the chat, his private information, so I could send him his prize. But at the same time, like, we have to find an alternate method. That's all. It's not the end of the world yet, because we're all still here. Suddenly appear. How did Marge sing it on The Simpsons? Why do birds suddenly appear over here, over there? Hey, Debos Nation, what's up? Good to see you. RK, he could use Google Voice number and change it after. All right. We'll promise to close our eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. Because I got this video I wanted to share with you guys from, ladies and gentlemen, you know who? Dummy Kruger. All right, love Dummy Kruger. We're going to start with a Dummy Kruger video. Yeah, I know it's a chilly video, but I'm going to get into, like, in a little bit, I'm going to explain why I picked the videos I picked today. There's always a madness to my method. Or what?
What has transpired here, and the reason why I'll be bringing a lawsuit against the U.S. Marshals here, and the reason why I'll be suing them. So I want to explain to you the reason why I'm going to file against the U.S. Marshals here in Las Vegas.
Oh, for sake, not that again.
Welcome to the Dummy Kruger channel, everyone. Today's video takes us outside a federal courthouse located in Las Vegas, Nevada, where we find everyone's favorite constitutional law scholar educating the masses about the importance of non-existing laws. Last month, I made a video of Chili exclaiming just how excited I was to have Fun Chili back on the prowl and doing what he does best, making an ass of himself. At that moment, I didn't have a clue just how right I would turn out to be. Fun Chili is currently suing members of the Las Vegas Police Department for what he says are rights violations, including torture, when an officer held onto his elbow for an extended period of time because Chili was acting as slippery as a Thai woman trying to escape a passport bro. Shout out Linda. Speaking of passport bros, DeCastro is also currently, quote, helping News Now Omaha sue that same police department for something. And that's where today's story picks up. Chile has been to this federal courthouse on a handful of occasions where he has been denied access for lack of identification, denied his constitutional God given right to record in this building, and now he claims members of the U.S. Marshals are following him around while he attempts to file these lawsuits. This is where our education for the day begins.
All right, real quick, ladies and gentlemen. So, Dad farted. Do you want me to go ahead and just very slowly say my email address so you can write it down? And if so, let me know when you're ready. Just put a yes in the chat, and I'll start when I see the yes. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Baby, 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 oh, baby. I love you. I really do. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Baby, 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 baby. Oh, baby. All right. Nothing. All right, waiting for a response. Waiting to do the dance. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann. Take my hand. Oh, Barbara Ann. You got me rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling, Barbara Ann, Barbara Ann. Went to the dance, looking for romance. Saw Barbara Ann, so I thought I'd take a chance. Oh, Barbara Ann, Barbara Ann. Rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling, Barbara Ann, Barbarino. Barbarino. Hey, that's John Travolta. What you talking about, Hez? All right, I didn't see an answer. Gamer88, what's up? All right, so just in case, RK said I liked Orville better than the actual Star Trek movies. Did we already see Audrey Sloan's newest video? No, I could definitely look it up. But first, here, just in case, if Dad Farted is listening, I'm gonna say slowly my email address. Oh no, I gotta spell out the word Hezekiah. Oh, crap. All right, I hope he's got a pen. H E as in Edward, Z as in Zoidberg, zebra. O as in ostrich, K as in koala, U as in you better not be a frauditor, or I'm gonna give you what for. A as in all right. I as in I am Awesome Sauce McGee. At symbol Gmail, the letter G, mail, all one word, .com. That's Hezokuai at gmail.com. Thank you. Thank you. That's right. And that goes for all of you, too. Anybody wants to use that email address, you go right ahead and you do it. And I guarantee you I probably won't answer your email. No, I mean, I'll answer it as quickly as I can because I'm sitting here holding my groin. No! Holding my groin is here today. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to Holding my groin. All right. And Graham is in the house as well. Good morning. I love you all, but don't have time to reply to you as I'm working. Big hugs and love. You got it. All right. All right, Dad Farted. Did you get it, or do you need me to repeat it? Let's see. All right, it's Hezokuai, Hezekuai. at symbol gmail.com. The letter G, M-A-I-L, gmail.com. Hezokuai at gmail.com. Cool, clear water. That's what I like to drink. Cool, clear water. Getting it out my sink. Cool, clear water. It tastes so very good. Cool, clear water. Just the way it should. Drinking water makes you feel good. Drinking water all over the neighborhood. I'm actually, see, that beat is actually for a song I wrote. I haven't recorded it yet. Maybe I will. Because you guys seem to like my music. I wrote a song when I didn't actually have Frauditors in mind when I wrote it, but it seems appropriate. And it goes like this. This was the beat that I was just singing to in my head. Assholes, assholes, everywhere you go. Assholes, assholes, almost everyone you know. Assholes, assholes, walking down the street. Assholes, assholes, almost everyone you meet. Assholes, assholes, look out, here comes some more. Assholes, assholes, even in the grocery store. Assholes, assholes, each and every day. Assholes, assholes, they just won't go away. Something like that. Let's get back to the video.
So in 2020, after George Floyd was murdered in the streets of Minneapolis, what happened was, because of the 1994 crime bill, there's a specific part of the 1994 crime bill called Operation Relentless Pursuit. Operation Relentless Pursuit is when the federal government can decide, they can just decide that there's exigent circumstances in a particular state. And in this state, it was New York after the George Floyd murder. And so they invoked the exigent circumstances clause. And then what that triggered was the 1994 crime bill's Operation Relentless Pursuit.
Well, Chile was only a quarter century off on his timeline of events here. First, Operation Relentless Pursuit was a controversial joint law enforcement initiative launched by the DOJ during the Trump administration in December of 2019. The operation aimed to combat violent crime in several cities across the United States that were experiencing high levels of violent crime rates. The initiative, at least when it was formed, had absolutely nothing to do with the protests and riots that began a full 5 months later in May of 2020. I'll give Chile partial credit here because he did accidentally stumble upon being somewhat right. The same operational tactics were used in cities like Minneapolis and Portland, where federal agents, a lot of times unidentified, began descending on these cities to assist in connection with local law enforcement when property began being destroyed. The fact that some of these law enforcement agencies had no identifying insignia was cause for alarm. More on that in a bit. Let's get back to Chile.
It gets even worse. So then the second time I came here, they then decided that they would follow me. So I was followed by the U.S. Marshals. And when I asked them their name and badge number, they refused to identify. In violation of H.R. 7711, the 2020 Badge Transparency Act. I explained to them that they're in violation of the 2020 Transparency Badge Act. So they passed H.R. 7711, called the Badge Transparency Act, stating that any federal officer has to have on his chest his name and his badge number. And H.R. 7711 clearly says the Badge Transparency Act. So what the result of that was the 2020 Badge Transparency Act passed by the 116th Congress, called H.R. 7711. This is a law, H.R. 7711. That would include U.S. Marshals, FBI, CIA, ICE, every single federal agency in the United States of America, when they are working, has to have their name and badge number on their chest, called the Badge Transparency Act, House Resolution Bill 7711.
Hey, let me tell you something, Graham. He said, stop covering Chile. I would love to cover Chile with about 2.5 bottles of heavy-duty pepper spray made out of ghost peppers and habaneros. I'm not covering him. I'm covering Dummy Kruger, covering him. So there. I love you guys. Anyway, it's chilly. What are you going to do? It's fun to make fun of him. Maybe I should have shown the dick bag patrol of this video because it's only 2 minutes long.
So when I came here, I explained to them, you're in violation of HR 7711. HR 7711 says that man has to have his name and badge number on his jacket. Why isn't it there? Well, HR 7711 says that these guys have to follow the rule of law as well. So all you marshals in there who said you watch my videos, what the hell's the matter with you? We have the rule of law in this country. It's your job to uphold the rule of law. When I got here,
that's why they arrested you. They were trying to.
These jackboot thugs, none of them have names or badge numbers on. So I said to them, excuse me, you are a U.S. Marshal. You have to have your name and badge number on your chest. Here, your name and badge number has to go on your chest.
Nonsense.
Everybody can look it up.
While that's going on, let's point out that we got a 4-month anniversary from Ray Ray.
Sounds like a big deal. I think I will look it up. So the bill was introduced by
Here's a happy dance for her.
Cortez in July of 2020 after federal agencies were seen without any noticeable identifying markers. Generally, the purpose of the Badge Transparency Act was to increase transparency and accountability in law enforcement agencies. It aimed to address concerns regarding the misuse of authority by law enforcement officers and to try to build trust between law enforcement and the communities they serve. Now, I'm certainly not a 20-year constitutional law scholar like our stumpy little friend here, but I did watch How a Bill Becomes a Law by Schoolhouse Rock when I was a kid.
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill.
Now, for a bill to grow up into a law like a big boy, it has to first pass through committee.
And I got as far as Capitol Hill. Well, now I'm stuck in committee and I'll sit here and wait.
So HR 7711 was sent to the House Judiciary for review, where it died and never became a law. Chili, I've linked a YouTube Kids video on how a bill becomes a law below in the description. You can thank me later. You see, what I think Chili more than likely did was he noticed these marshals didn't have names or badge numbers attached to their uniforms, so he fired up the Bing machine. Chili just seems like he Bings things instead of Googles them, and noticed this bill from AOC and just ran with it before actually knowing anything about it, because constitutional law scholar. When he started getting blasted in the comments section, our journalist probably hit up Bing.com once again and updated the description in his video. It reads, HR 7711, the Badge Transparency Act of 2020, was the original legislation. It wasn't. It was not passed, and then it was tucked into the defense bill and therefore passed, not future or present. The Badge Transparency Act is law. Throughout the comment section of his video, he would continue trying to prove he wasn't wrong. He wrote, tucked inside the National Defense Authorization Act, which just became law, it didn't, that was 2 years ago, is a new requirement for federal, military, and civilian law enforcement personnel involved in the federal government's response to a, quote, civil disturbance to wear visible identification of themselves and the name of the government entity employing them. That's good news. Again, I'll give Chili partial credit here, or at least Bing partial credit, because on January 1st, 2021, over 2 years ago, this little snippet made its way into the over 1,400-page NDAA for fiscal year 2021. What it essentially did was add more language to Chapter 41, Title 10 of the U.S. Code. It reads, whenever a member of the armed forces, including the National Guard, or federal law enforcement personnel provide support to federal authorities to respond to a civil disturbance, each individual employed in the capacity of providing such support shall visibly display 1. The individual's name or other individual identifier that is unique to the individual, 2. The name of the armed force, federal entity, or other organization by which such individual is employed. There are exceptions, like if you do not wear a uniform or other distinguishing clothing or equipment in the regular performance of their official duties, or 2, are engaged in undercover operations in the regular performance of their official duties. So why was this put in the NDAA? Well, there was a lot of confusion going on at the time who some of these officials represented. Were they actually with the federal government? It turns out, yes, they were, but I can understand the uneasiness of having a group of people that claim that they are there to enforce the law without even knowing the agency they are with. What this all has to do with Chile's contention that now all members are now required to wear names and badge numbers on their chest at all times? Well, nothing at all. The people Chile have been interacting with at this courthouse are simply security for this federal building. They were not there to provide support to federal authorities to respond to civil disturbances. Walking into a federal building and acting like a moron isn't a civil disturbance. A civil annoyance, maybe, but Chile does lots of annoying things. There's never been a need to call the National Guard in. And to get rid of them, all one really needs to do is set up a sanctioned MMA fight, and you'll never see him in your area again. Shout out Captain Goo. He finished.
All right, I had to. That ending was why I had to play that, because one, I love that ending. If you want to get rid of Chili, all you have to do when he threatens to fight you is say, actually take him up on it, and then you'll never see him again. Yeah, all right, you want to go? Let's go. Bye, gone. No more Chili. See ya. But the other thing that I loved about that, and the thing I wanted to point out in it, because it's not just Chile, it's the mentality of the entire movement, right? From the sovereign citizens and the Moors and the Frauditors. And oh, wait a minute, we got Ray gifted 5 Frauditor Follies memberships. Here's your happy dance. All right, thank you so very much. Oh, you guys are the best fans in the world. Best fans in the world, love you guys. Anyway, but yeah, so I wanted to point that out because it really does stress for me one of the things that these people do, and this is on the higher end. Chile's on the higher end because we all know that when you get, like, if you actually get into a debate, like, Chile will go back and forth with you with laws. He'll say them all wrong and messed up and all that, but he'll do it, you know, where a lot of these people, you know, like your Casey camera boys and your, silence boys and, your easy cameras on and Eli and all these. If you got into a legal debate with them, they'd be like, yo, what's up, man? I'm standing up for my rights. Okay, so how? Because I saw that Frauditors were doing videos and I thought, yeah. Like they don't know nothing. They'll just insult you. They don't know what the hell they're talking about at all. Sam I am, what's up? Thank you for becoming a member. Once again, and here's your happy dance. All right, and one more just for all the gifted memberships and all the support from all my wonderful fans. Miss you. All right, thank you. Yes. Well, that's all right. You got it back now. If they're looking for a good laugh, Maserati said, I wonder if the Bar Association watches Chili's videos. I said, yeah, if they're trying to laugh. Anyway, is there like a big delay? Like more than normal? Because, like, for example, just now I just got done doing the Sam I Am Happy Dance. And then, like, a full 30 seconds after that, I got a message saying Sam I Am just became a member. And then the same thing just happened a few minutes ago with something else. I think it was for Ray. I did the happy dance and the whole thing. And then, like, way long afterwards, I got a message saying that Ray, I don't know. I'm used to the delay being just a few seconds, but it looks like it feels like it's longer than normal today. But, I mean, that ain't me. That's the internet. Hi, Kiss. What's up? Good to see you. All right. So anyway, one of the things that happens a lot with these guys who actually do try to find legitimate legal basis for their arguments. It's big with the sovereign citizens. It's big with the Moors. And people like Chile and Frauditors who think that they're on a higher level and they know the law better than any judge or lawyer or cop or anybody in the world. And Cool cold water with the membership, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Here's a happy dance for cool cold water. All right. Cool cold water. Keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Cool cold water. Keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you come shining on me? Keep on shining your light. Gotta make everything. Daddy mama gonna make everything all right. And I ain't got no worry, 'cause I ain't in a hurry. No, I ain't. I ain't in a hurry, 'cause I ain't got no worries at all. Bow, bow. What's up, Society Red? All right. What? Oh, well, good morning. Yeah, that's what I just said. Good morning, Society Red. All right, all right, all right. So anyway, here's what's going on. What Chili just did there, and what a lot of these guys love to do and do it all the time, is they find these bills that were proposed but didn't get passed and quote them as law. Like, it isn't even misquoting law. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, that's why some of these people believe this crap. Because if they look it up, they can find the bill, because it is a real bill. It does exist. But it never got passed. And then the version of it that did become something had absolutely nothing to do with what he was talking about. There are so many laws that these guys quote that, again, I could see how somebody who's naive and gullible could believe their story, because do your own research. Look up blah, 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 section da, 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 and I tell you it'll say this. And then they look it up, and sure enough, it says that. But it's not applicable to the situation at all. Oh, yeah, it passed like a kidney stone, and it was flushed. That's right. Oh boy, these guys are so stupid and so dumb, and they're so stupid and dumb. All right. All right. Oh, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I'm behind, so 2 times speed. Dummy Kruger cracks me up. I agree. Chili's losing. Chili's crap. He don't know nothing about nothing. That guy is so easy to debunk. The fact that he has anybody buying his constitutional law scholar nonsense is insane, because he's so easy to debunk. 5 seconds, 5 minutes research, and you prove anything he says wrong. What's up, Jade? How's it going? Good to see you. And so that being said, this next one I wanted to show, this is a little bit heavier, but it is, again, getting to what I've been saying about how the Frauditors have been getting more violent, more intense lately, and Familia TV. Old Steven over there in Familia TV, over by there. He got something to say about that once again, and as per usual. So we're gonna take a look at his new video. It's gonna be a good one. This is called "The USA and its people are under attack by these frauditors, and they're just another extremist group." By Familia TV. All right. Wait, are you saying his trifold doesn't work? Oh, yeah. But it's indestructible. And it costs more money. Oh, man. It's like, what, $30 for a trifold? the free version. And that's the other thing too. He likes to brag about how he has a free version, but I got the free version. I burned it on this very stream. Not this St. Patrick's Day, but last St. Patrick's Day. But to get it, all it is you can print it out in black and white on your own computer at home. But to do that, to get the free one, you have to give them all of your personal private information. Of course, I gave them all fake info, but it asks for just to be allowed to print out a copy of the trifold for yourself. You need to give them your name, your email address, your phone number, your home address. I don't remember what else is on there. Social security number, date of birth, Wi-Fi password. I mean, it was insane, the form I had to fill out. I think somewhere in there, if he actually went through his files, he would find that at some point in time on St. Patrick's Day, I think douchebag Mick Stinky Sauce or something like that printed out a copy. That's good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh my goodness. Here you go, guys.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
All right, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. All right, now, so here is one out of a few videos that I will be putting out in the next few days, whereas I'm trying to put a lot out, but unfortunately, as I understand, a lot of you don't like watching our videos, and I'm pushing it at the time with 30-minute videos, so it's hard to put a lot of information together and try to jam it all within 30 minutes, but let's give it a shot now. Now, if you guys have been listening to the news lately, then you know that extremist groups, which I won't mention at this moment, have been the topic of the conversation, let's say, okay? And that comes to, my opinion, relate to what we're dealing with these knuckleheads that they say they're out there doing something for the benefit of the people, okay? Now, I think if we sit back and we watch these videos, I think we could actually say that the shit they do, in no way, you would have to be stupid to think that what they're doing is anything beneficial for the people. Going into a city hall or a police department or any public location and acting stupid with your cell phone or camera, whichever one, and then want to disguise it as if you're freedom fighting and all this bullshit. I think we all know it's bullshit, okay? Let's be real. Now, the other day I put out a video of the Queen Bitch, Reagan Benson, where I made comments that I actually thought Chrissy, a.k.a. Bitch Boy, turned her into a frauditor. And again, I come to find out that no, it wasn't Chrissy. She was already frauditing with that knucklehead Eric Brand, who we all know is not playing with a full deck. And again, this is all going to come at the very end. I don't know what, like again, I've been working on the video for quite some time and I got to break them down into parts. So I don't know when we'll get to that point, but you will see when you get to the end, this will all come together and it will prove that this so-called movement, let's say, isn't just another extremist group. Let's be real now. Let's stop sugarcoating shit here. These are, I think I've mentioned it in a lot of my videos, I think a lot of us don't take this shit as seriously as it should be taken. A lot of us feel, oh, these guys are just being a nuisance. They're being a pain in the ass with their cell phones and harassing people. Maybe some of them are doing this just so that they can make a buck off of YouTube, but there are a lot of them now that have a hidden agenda that I'm trying to open your eyes to, guys. Okay? Let's kick off with a little sample of Eric Brand, who I'm taking it that a lot of you that just got into watching these Frauditor videos probably never heard of this guy. Let me show you how serious this frauditing has evolved from and who are the major players. Well, this guy is no longer in the picture, but I'm going to show you who a lot of these knuckleheads look up to. and maybe start it because it is Snucklehead. Let's kick off the video, and I'll go from there.
Security has been stepped up for judges in Denver because of a local activist. Eric Brandt has posted videos calling on people to kill judges at random. Sources tell CBS 4 investigator Brian Moss prosecutors are now looking into the videos to see if those words are a crime.
Boots are not shoes.
Eric Brandt is an agitator.
Define shoes. What is a shoe?
Constantly challenging police and authority figures in the metro area.
You're saying I can't come in here?
By his count, he's been arrested and jailed more than 100 times for his actions.
Where's that?
But it's his words that now have judges, police, and prosecutors concerned.
They won't let that fly?
He was recently thrown out of Denver's downtown courthouse for not wearing shoes.
No justice, no peace.
He live streamed the incident. As he left the courthouse, his rant continued.
This is why I now advocate for the random shooting of judges. Judges have absolute immunity. Nothing that they do can they be held accountable for. The only way to hold tyrants like that accountable is to execute them. Shoot random judges. And don't forget to shoot the police.
To date, more than 5,300 people have viewed this video.
All we got to do is kill 1 or 2 judges a year randomly, and they will shape the up.
He's walking right up to the line.
Steve Zansberg, a First Amendment lawyer, said he found Brandt's rant vile, offensive, and irresponsible.
Well, I don't think we want to welcome and celebrate people calling for assassination of public officials.
But Zansberg said he thinks Brandt is protected by the First Amendment, but barely, because his threat lacked specifics.
He's not calling for imminent lawless action, and it's not targeted to any particular identified individual.
The FBI declined to comment on Brandt, and the Denver DA's office also declined to comment. But police and judicial sources say this video prompted increased security for Denver judges. The president of Denver's police union told CBS 4, mental illness or the First Amendment are not excuses for this vile and despicable behavior.
I'd probably need 2 or 3 fully loaded weapons to hit one person.
Brandt told CBS 4 he did not think his calls for assassinating judges and police broke the law, and said he just wants to shock people's conscience. Covering Colorado First, Brian Moss, CBS 4.
And I'm certainly advocating for lawlessness.
Denver man known for his anti-government activism is facing a felony count tonight for retaliation against a judge.
He allegedly posted several videos and made violent threats against a specific judge. CBS 4 investigator Katie Weiss learned charges like this are rare.
Sunday in Lakewood, officers arrested 48-year-old Eric Brandt after the Denver DA's office issued this affidavit against him, alleging Brandt had posted threatening videos and made a threatening call against a Denver County court judge. CBS 4 obtained a copy of what's purported to be the phone call in question, where Brandt allegedly called a judge's office to offer, quote, thoughts and prayers for the judge to be killed.
So it is my thought the judge should be violently murdered and have his brain splattered all over the face of his children. And it's my prayer that some actually does it.
The affidavit said Brandt made the threats after a judge sentenced a friend of his to 30 days in jail. Brandt's now facing retaliation against a judge and harassment charges. Steve Zansberg, an attorney specializing in free speech law, tells me Brandt could face up to 8 years in prison.
For people to be prosecuted for their speech, and speech alone is an extremely rare occurrence, and we should be thankful for that. And even when that does occur, there is a valid defense that one's speech is not within those categories of unprotected speech. And so that will be, I presume, because Mr. Brandt has a history of making rather outrageous comments and going right up to the line. And the question here is whether or not he crossed that line.
All right, so I think we could all agree on that. He crossed the line. He crossed the line. No ifs, ands, buts.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our daily cupcake happy dance. All right. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Don't you know? Time for some fun in the sun. Let's get it going. All right, one more time. All right, and one more for those in the back. All right. Everyone on this side of the room. All right, now one for everyone on that side of the room. All right. Now for everyone in the front row. All right, now just the boys. All right, just the girls. All right, that was a triple dipple. Hold on. All right. Yeah, Eric Brand is a piece of poo. Everybody knows that it is true. This guy is a terrible schmuck because he just don't give a flying. Okay, so we got sugar honey iced tea, but what should we do for the other one? Fornication under consent of the king. I don't want to think about fornication while looking at Eric Brandt.
About it. I mean, to ask for a judge to be taken out and that judge's blood be splattered among his children, that was uncalled for. Okay. Now, I think I've been editing videos now for 3 years now, and I've noticed a lot of these individuals.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second before we get back to that. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Vestige of Peace just because. She's here every day. We love her. She's part of the family. Everybody put a big hugs in the chat for Vestige of Peace. VOP big hugs. Let's go. Or put VOP in parentheses. Let's hit it. All right. Now back to Eric Brandt's stupidity. There we go.
If you pay attention to what comes out of their mouth and their actions from when they started till present, you'll know that they've gotten dramatically political, if you want to call it that, where they're not just looking to make change. They're looking to turn people against the government. They're looking to turn people against law enforcement. And in my opinion, they're looking to stir up a revolution. Now, again, in my opinion, they have a hidden agenda. What exactly that hidden agenda is, I can only toss guesses around, and that's going to make things worse than what it is. Okay? But again, this individual here, a lot of people, a lot of the frauditors that we have in play right now, such as Reagan Benson, Christopher Cordova, who are from the same area, may I add. This individual, Eric Brandt, was out in Denver, Colorado. Okay. And I think I've made comments where I felt that the officers out there are slacking on these frauditors. They're too easy on them. And come to find out that they been dealing with this shit for quite some time. And maybe this is just one of their tactics on letting them hang themselves. Let them continue to do what they do, because eventually they're just going to tighten the noose and hang themselves on the shit that they do, like what Eric Brandt did. But again, I say, here we have Reagan Benson in Colorado, as well as Christopher, as well as a handful of others that you may not be, you'll see them in my next videos coming out, okay? But again, this was an individual that, in my opinion, became too dangerous for his own good.
Chris Gelling for $2. News Now Voodoo needs to be tased. And after watching Eric Brandt and looking at that ugly mug, I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment, we'll be witnessing a special tasing of News Now Voodoo, where he's going to be a stand-in for Eric Brandt and the way we want to see him get tased. Oh boy, this one's going to be epic. Headphone warning. Get your cats ready. They're going to freak out when they hear this one.
We don't like no Hezokuai. We don't need to get tased. Eric Brandt's a national hero. We are the ones who are in control. Cause we got cameras, yo! That's right! Don't you fool around with the Frauditors, cause we're the real masters of reality, not no Black Sabbath record from the 70s called Master of Reality. What were you saying about that record? I don't know, man. He got a copy of it on his wall in his bedroom. Anyway, I don't know what all that means. All I know is I'm the pimp, you're the simp, cause I've been eating all the shrimp, and ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. I ain't no Eric Brandt. I'm a super duper duper howdy doody, and I can't wear my pants. I don't have pants. I just realized I don't have pants. Ah! No! Ah! Just like Eric Brandt, no pants on court. Ow! Ouch! 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 Ow! Owie! Ow! I'm upside down! I'm upside freaking down!
Thank you very much. Yes. That would be what I would love to see happen to Eric Brandt. What's up, John Anderson? Well, again, that's the voodoo doll is, he represents people. In this case, he's representing Eric Brandt, and that's what we would like to see happen to him. Is what just happened to News Now. Voodoo. All right. And here's some more.
Let me give you more of an example of his frauditing.
Hi, I've been hired to deliver a singing telegram. Is it all right if I start now? Sure. Happy fuck the cops day. It's every day of the week. This is how we keep you fuckers away. It's justice that we seek. Olay! How'd I do? That was good. Oh, thank you. Be sure to let my employer know so that I can get a good tip, huh? Okay, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, have a good day. Hey, you too. Happy Fuck the Cops Day. Thank you. Olay.
Concerned for his cranium, and he thinks it's a sexual relation. What the fuck is wrong with those people?
Check it out. What's up? That's one of the most sociopathic cops on the beat, right? Who? That guy right there, Guzman. He's one of the biggest sociopaths in a uniform in this place, right? You should have seen how this guy treated a homeless.
You got something to say to me? You want to talk? We can talk.
He was going to walk up on me.
You want to have a cup of coffee and talk? You interrupt. You don't want to talk
or what? They call this human interaction, right? They call this normal human interaction, right?
If you want to talk to me, I'm here right now. I'm here right now.
Okay, sure. What do you want me to tell you? That you're the biggest sociopath out here on the beat? You are the greatest sociopath out here. You are the most conscious.
You want attention? You got attention.
I don't want attention.
You want to talk to me?
You're the one that likes attention. Here you go.
You want to have a cup of coffee and talk like two normal adults?
I was talking to him.
No, you were asking me to come over here. I'm here. You said Guzman to come over here.
I never said that.
I'm here.
Guzman, that other sergeant says you need to stay arm's length away. That's what that other sergeant.
That's right. Because if I walked up to you like that, what would happen? Stay away from me. What would happen if I walked up to you like that?
You want to talk?
You sociopath. Thank you for showing everyone. Thank you for showing everyone.
I'll buy you a cup of coffee.
Thank you for showing everyone exactly what I'm talking about, right? You see, thank you for.
You want to have a cup of coffee and talk?
Thank you.
What, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is another perfect example. Good morning, Dino. Good to see you. This is another perfect example of what these bungholes always do. I use the example as a joke. That if a cop, because it's a cop, says, have a nice day, they'll get pissed off and try to sue him for giving unlawful directives. Don't you dare tell me what kind of day to have. Hey, you're a punk and a sociopath. Well, I mean, if you think I'm a sociopath, I mean, I'd love to buy you a cup of coffee. We could sit down and discuss why you think that. See, ladies and gentlemen, he just proved what a horrible, evil, rotten, tyrannical sociopath he is. Did you see what he did to me? Did you see what he just did? At least I got it on film now. I can prove it now. Prove what? That he invited you to a cup of coffee on his dime? What? This is how these people think. He thinks he just got a gotcha on this guy because he walked up to him, because he addressed him. Well, what would you do if I walked up to you like that? The way he walked up to you? Or the way you walked up to him? They always build these insane false equivalencies. Cop will walk up. Yes, is there something I can help you with? Hey, if you want to talk about it, we could go get a cup of coffee. What do you think the cop would do if I walked up to you and say, hey, if you want to have a conversation, we could have a cup of coffee and have a conversation. What do you think? He'd beat you with a stick for saying that? Are you insane? No. Are you Are you insane? Of course they're insane. We're talking about Eric Brandt's crew. Obviously, these guys are lunatics. Oh, my goodness. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Thank you for showing out just like you should have.
Attention to yell and scream.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You got my attention.
Yeah.
You want to have a cup of coffee?
No.
We'll go to McDonald's.
Bro, I wouldn't have water from you if I was dying of thirst. How's that?
Bro?
Huh? You know what I'm
Are
saying?
we bros now?
Huh? Oh, no, never,
okay,
bro.
You called me a bro.
Never a bro.
You want to have a coffee and talk like an adult?
And then they deleted the body camera footage.
Look at this guy over here, right? Tattoos on the neck. He looks more like a prisoner. He looks more like a prisoner in a prison. Right?
Oh, look! Hey, this is the fat piece of shit that was trying to set me up in my last video. Look, he's doing it again. Look, he walks up close to me. He wants to rub his pecker up against me, right? He plays a sociopathic game, and then he said, he's following me. Stop following me. Stop following me. Look how they all follow you. Hey, you see this? Hey, it's all right. I already got you on video doing it once. You think that isn't seen by the people? I mean, really, you fucking sociopath? How you big fat, out of shape, diabetic, high blood pressure, fucking, look at you. Look at you.
Where's the body cam for Karen Sadara?
Hey, over here.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Over here, James, over here. This guy's a psycho.
Get out of my face.
See? Get out of your face? You're the one following me. You see? What are you trying to do? Set him up again. Yeah, fuck you fat piece of shit. Fuck yourself, you fat fuck you. Fuck your mother. Fuck you and your fucking fat mother. Fuck you, you fat piece of shit. Fuck you. Yeah, that's it. Show the goons that you are, you fat fuck. That's it, you fucking goon. That's it, you fucking goon. Be the fucking goon that you are. He's a fucking goon.
Don't interfere with your journalist.
Fuck you and your fucking goons. Yeah, you showed out just like you fucking are, you fucking disrespectful goon. Fuck that fucking psycho. Fuck that fucking psycho. I got him several times on video. He's a fucking psycho. Being called out by the people. Move on, go fuck yourself. I'm in public. I'll move on whenever the fuck I'm ready. You need to tell your fucking psycho right there to move on. What are you going to arrest me? I'd love to take you to the box on that one, buddy. I'd love to see you call me plaintiff, motherfucker.
Now, here's another thing that I don't understand about the mentality of these people. Listen to how the frauditors are screaming and yelling and hollering, literally like psychos, accusing the cops of being psychos. Like, if they weren't cops and you talked to them like this, they would have beat the hell out of you at this point. You'd be laying in a pool of your own blood right now. So this should be called a super duper ultra mega pass, because these cops aren't beating the hell out of these guys. They're showing an insane amount of patience with these guys. We're proving how evil you guys are because you're taking our abuse. Eric is there, Lisa. The guy holding the camera isn't Eric, but Eric is with him. But it's like, how many of these videos do we have to see before these eggheads start getting cracks in their skulls to understand what they're actually looking at? They make a video of the cops taking their verbal abuse, doing exactly what they are supposed to do, being held to a higher standard than the general public. The general public would have beaten you into a coma by now if you were talking like that. No, they wouldn't, because you'd pepper spray them, or sick Eli, or frickin' media, or easy cameras on them. The point is, all of these videos, every time videos like this, the cops show an insane amount of patience and restraint. And these videos illustrate what a good job the cops are doing of not freaking out and beating the hell out of these idiots. They show how well these cops are doing at literally taking their verbal abuse. Haha, gotcha. Got me what? Not beating the hell out of you? Got me what? Standing there letting you swear at me and call me names? What do you got? Where's your gotcha moment? That one cop got pissed off when you crossed the line one too many times? All right. But you were already there before that. You were already throwing these accusations and talking that trash before it reached that point. And even then, all he did is get close to you and raise his voice. I thought the First Amendment said you could say whatever you want. But because he's a cop now, the First Amendment doesn't apply to him. Right, I know. I get it. Cops don't have rights. They have duties. Right. I understand. Yeah. Like standing there, letting you berate them and not beating the hell out of you for doing so. Right? Like that? Like what they're doing? Not killing you? Like, what the hell? Why are these people so stupid, and why are there so many of them? Seriously, guys, come on. I need more subs just to renew my faith in the human race. Like, there's got to be more people that understand that these guys are idiots. Anyway, here's some more.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. I'll go whenever I'm ready. I'm not done here. I'm not done here documenting what my public servants are fucking acting like, you high blood pressure. Fuck you fucking come at me, you piece of shit. Yeah, you fucking pussy. Come on. He needs some training. That's a fucking scumbag right there. He needs some training. Go fuck yourself, Guzman, you fucking psycho. You're the one that trains these pieces of shit. Really? Get the fuck away from me.
Why are you talking like that? Why are you
following me like a stalker?
Why are you talking like that?
Stalker, you fucking psycho.
I'm just saying.
Huh? That's fucking harassment by your laws.
You represent him.
Fuck you. Go home, you fat piece of shit. Go home, you fat motherfucker. Go home, you fat, out of shape motherfucker. Yeah, you fat piece of shit. I already got you, man. Citizens got you fucking trying to fucking set me up, following you. You follow, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You don't have enough authority. You don't have enough authority to get me off the mall. Fuck you. You don't have enough authority. You're big fat
to
dick.
jail. To jail. You committed crime.
Hey, I'm just talking, man. We spoke before last time. You were on my fucking video. You became a YouTube star. Great.
So this is the thing. This is them, all the other frauditors, and their fans will defend this and say this is what freedom is all about. This is what holding your government accountable is all about. A bunch of lunatics standing out in the street screaming insults at cops. What the hell is that? When this whole thing started, the cops were just there. I mean, it wasn't even like they pulled someone over and like Wolverine or Broken System, they were screaming at the cops, oh, you're just here because you're a road pilot trying to steal people's money. They were literally just there. It's called crime prevention. It works. Any really high crime area that starts having cops that sit in that area helps lower the amount of crime in that area. They're a deterrent, just their presence. That's what they were doing. They were just there. And then these horrible, evil, rotten, tyrannical douche canoe frauditors, like a gang, descend upon the cops and start verbally attacking them. So what are you doing? What are you standing up for? What are you fighting for? Really? Nothing. They defend it because they hate their lives. They're fricked in the head, just like the Frauditors. Misery Loves Company. That was a great movie. It's the misery part. They're so badass as long as they have a camera for proof. What the hell happened to getting what they deserve? That's a problem. They hide behind the camera and the pepper spray and whatever other vicious, violent tools they carry. How many creators we got in here right now? Let's see. Blue Vaughn's here. Is Blackheart Knight still here? Wrangler. Bram's here. Because I wanted to say something, too. I haven't gotten into it yet, but I was thinking about it, but I don't know. Oh, in Canada, yeah, they have stunting laws in Canada. If you talk like that, you'd get in big trouble. Blackheart Knight's here. All right. So I thought of this yesterday, and I think, yes, fighting words is not protected speech. The problem is, especially if you have a good lawyer, defining what constitutes fighting words. But anyway, I was thinking about this yesterday. I wanted to talk about it today, and the more I think about it, the more I've decided that I'm going to add this to my normal repertoire. And I'm going to start saying this every day. Or at least until the message gets out there. Because I've been mulling over this for a while. And I really, 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 really like what I came up with yesterday. So here's what I'm thinking. After having so many discussions with these douche canoes and about these douche canoes, and hearing their arguments and going back and forth with them in debates and in chats and, chats like this and in comment sections and blah, 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 I think I finally got it figured. So there's a couple pieces. It's like a chain, but it all comes together to this final thing that brings it all together. So what's the chain? Okay, it starts with, they always love to say that you guys don't do anything except for steal other people's content. Ugh. And then we always say, well, it's covered under fair use. And we always say, well, you are filming people who specifically ask not to be filmed. So your whole life, what's up, KTZ? Your whole life is based on publishing people's images who specifically asked you not to publish their image on your YouTube channel. So how is that better? How is that okay? But me using your video legally under fair use is not okay. And then their return to that would always be, well, when you use a video, you don't blur their faces out. But again, it's a circular argument because that's not what I asked you. What I said was, you posting videos of people without their permission, how is that okay? But me posting your video without your permission is not. The reason why I post their video without their permission is because I don't need their permission. Well, as long as my video falls within fair use, I don't need yours either. That argument doesn't hold up. It's a circular argument. But what ends up happening is, and this is where I started to think, like, ooh, what's up, Katie Z? What's up, Uncle Artie? What's up, Lisa? What's up, Blue Vaughn? But this is what I thought of yesterday, because it's taking all of these parts of all these things I'm saying and putting them together and making me come up with something. There's a last piece. They will argue until they're blue in the face and they'll say, what are you doing to stand up for freedom? What are you doing to stand up for rights? At least I'm out there fighting a good fight, standing up for my freedom, standing up for my rights. Now, of course, my counter argument to that is, and always has been, no, you're not. You're not. You're just wobbling your camera around like an idiot and insulting people. You're not doing anything for anyone's rights. If anything, you're not standing up for the general public. You're victimizing the general public. Well, they're always attacking me and I'm always having to pepper spray them and beat them up. Right. Why do you think that is? Why do you think you have to end up pepper spraying people all the time? What's up, K-Far? So anyway, here's what I came up with. Everything I just said, I found a way to put all of it together in one comprehensive statement. From now on, I am a civil rights activist. And I am going to fight for my right under fair use to use your videos. You say, what am I doing to fight for my rights? Using your videos. If you are fighting for your rights by filming people without their permission, I'm fighting for my rights under fair use to use your videos. So now when you ask me, what am I doing to stand up for my rights? I'm using your video. When you say, well, all I'm doing is stealing your video, say, no, I'm standing up for my rights by using your video. What rights are that? Fair use, buddy. It's legal. What you do is legal. What I do is legal. Same. You want to go there? Let's bring it there, pal. It's a new civil rights. It's a new freedom movement. We're fighting for our right to use Frauditor videos under fair use. That's right. Take it easy, Society Red. Good to see you. Frauditors are now privacy striking videos just like we privacy strike theirs, which is BS. Because, see, that's the thing. That's why it's so bad and so blatantly, obviously fake. It's not legit. It's not. I'll tell you why. And of course, frauditors never understand this. They just don't get concepts. If they did, they wouldn't think frauditing was a good idea to begin with. When you put a copyright strike against a video, what's up, Raven Wing? And it's a false copyright strike, we're going to get it removed. All it's going to do is slow down our ability to, monetize or whatever for a while. But it's a retaliatory action. It's not a legitimate copyright strike. And here's why. Here's the absolute final word on that. And I always say, when you see channels, pro-frauditor channels, that post other frauditors' videos, they never get copyright strikes against them. But they actually are violating copyright law. They actually are going against fair use. So if these guys who were putting out these copyright claims wanted to legitimately make a complaint about their copyright being violated, they'd go after those guys. Let me repeat that. If these guys seriously were legitimately trying to go after people who violated their copyright, they would go after the people who actually did violate their copyright. But they don't, because those people are pro-frauditing channels, and so they let it slide. $2 from Danny. $2 to help keep Artie from winning Taste News Now Voodoo. All right, we're going to make sure Artie doesn't win this month either. Oh, man. Danny's the best at making sure Artie don't win. Between her and Wrangler, he ain't never going to win anything.
Danny, you know what? I know, you know what? Oh, give me this. Listen to me, man. Listen. You don't know. See, I hacked in to Hezokuai's stuff, man. And I know. Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna audit your local Denny's. How do you like that? I'm gonna audit your Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity breakfast. How do you like them apples, huh? That's right. 2 sausage, 2 egg, 2 French toast, 2 pancakes, and 2 tons of Frauditor film. Filming your ass, eating them pancakes and whatever you get. Ow, hey, that's, ow, I wasn't done, damn it. Ow, ouch, ow, ouch, hands I like their hash browns.
Thank you very much, Danny. Yeah. Oh, good stuff. I got a copyright claim for playing 30 seconds of a song that I spoke about for an hour. I don't understand how fair use works. I thought I was doing it right. Listen, there's a lot of stuff that is covered under fair use that you still get the claims on, because there are so many millions of YouTubers and YouTube videos and everything else going around the internet that the fact of the matter is 90% of it is handled by an algorithm. So the computer recognizes the copywritten material and puts the copyright strike. So that's why you got to fight them, because a lot of times, they do have to, a lot of times if you fight them, they get reversed right away, because if it does fall under fair use, you're good. I know what you're saying. I've had things that I got hit for copyright on literally using like 5 seconds or less. So yeah, it just depends. If the algorithm picks it up, you're going to get a strike. There's a difference between a strike and a claim. Obviously, one's bad and the other's, you just try to get it removed. But Billy Yank for $4.99 says what frauditors do is not legal. Harassment is antagonism are not covered under the First Amendment and never will be. You cannot turn a crime into a First Amendment protected activity. And here's your happy dance. All right. Yes. No, yeah. I mean, they they do it for the money. They do it for the internet clout. They do it for the adrenaline rush. And to be perfectly honest, most of them, and this is why, again, modern world, cancel culture, you can't just talk anymore. You always have to make sure you throw disclaimers out there. Well, okay, yeah, Graham, music and fair use is different also, but there are music review shows, music reaction shows, this and that, and they're cool, and then some are not. That's kind of like what I was getting at, but yes, fair use would be different when it comes to music anyway, how it would apply, but I know what you mean, but there are enough people who do music review shows and use just bits and pieces of music, and nobody bothers them and they don't get strikes. So, like I said, it all depends on the algorithm. La Quinta, a hotel name that means next to Denny's. I like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, these guys, oh yeah, I was going with the disclaimer. So we know that people make mistakes in life. Just because someone has a criminal record doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person. It means that they made a mistake. If people learn from their mistakes, that's what matters. If you take responsibility for your actions, that's what matters. So when we talk about these guys having a criminal background, it's not that I'm judging them because they have a criminal background. No, a lot of people have criminal backgrounds. That don't mean that they're bad people. The reason why I bring up their criminal backgrounds is because for most, not some, not a few, most of these guys, not all, but for most of them, the real reason they got into frauditing in the first place wasn't even about the adrenaline rush or the money or any of that. It was because they did something, they got busted, and instead of being an adult and taking responsibility for their actions, it's not my fault I did it, it's the cops' fault for catching me. So now I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life to targeting cops and going after cops and trying to get even with cops because I'm not taking responsibility for my actions. It's not my fault I did it. It's their fault they busted me. Highway Star for $10. This is for Little Chihuahua. What do frauditors always say to cops? You can't solicit a trespass, and yet what does Lemmy Audit do? He solicits a BS gun charge on a member of the public. Well, he's a hypocrite. That's exactly right. And here's your happy dance. All right. Hey, Rogue. Rogue, I don't know how long you've been listening, but I really want you to hear this. I said this a minute ago. So you're one of the specific people I want to make sure hears this, okay? I've updated my mission statement because this specifically addresses a question you've asked me. So I'm going to don't boot him. I want him to hear this. Because again, when I was going through how I came up with this idea, it specifically addresses a question that he's asked me. Okay, Rogue, what am I doing to stand up for my freedom? What am I doing to stand up for my rights? You know what? I'm standing up for my right to use your videos under fair use. That's the right I'm standing up for. That's the right I'm fighting for. You got to use them or you'll lose them. So I got to make videos out of your videos because I have to use my rights or I'll lose them. I have to use my fair use or I'll lose it. Use it or lose it. Right? You're out there acting a fool while I'm chilling in the hot tub? Right on. Have at it, brother. Get arrested again. Maybe you like tasing people and harassing people. Somehow you get off on it. But yeah. So you go out there, wobble your camera around in people's faces, piss people off, victimize the general public. Because you get off on it, especially when you make women cry. And then act like an idiot and try to get your stupid lawsuit. And and then I'll take your videos and I'll edit them and I'll repost them because I'm fighting for my right of fair use. Hold on a second, guys. Let me put the video back on. There's something going on. Hold on.
Glasses, by the way, man. Fucking good choice. I love it. Yeah, fuck you! Fuck you! You don't have enough authority, you fat piece of shit! That fucking badge doesn't grant you right.
Sir, you're in the street. I'm concerned with your safety. If you get any closer,
You need to go. You need to quit being so aggressive. You need to be being so aggressive.
All right, go ahead. But I need you out of the street.
You are the one that's coming here.
I need you out of the street.
You see me in the street?
You were in the
He is not in the street.
You fat fucking worthless pig.
He's the one being aggressive. Look, he's the one being aggressive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, here's the cocksucker right here. Hey, boo, you blue light.
Social justice warriors, huh?
No, not even close,
Great
motherfucker.
job.
Freedom fighters.
Great job.
Big difference. Freedom fighters,
There
motherfucker.
wasn't anybody that says they take their head off.
That's what you're threatening to do? Because I'm
Are you
trying
going to assault me?
No, because you're coming at him in a very violent manner. You're coming at him in a violent manner.
Sergeant Guzman right there.
And there's about fucking 30
The
witnesses
cops
on
are
our
being
side.
violent?
There's about 30, 50 fucking witnesses.
Is this person on the same planet as the video he's making?
Yeah. You fucking pieces of shit.
Well, there you go. And I think once again, we could all come to an agreement that this guy was not playing with a full deck. This guy was out there. Okay. And, hey, that shit all came back and bit him in the ass because he is now currently serving 12 years. 12 years for all his crazy antics, okay? And now dealing with the frauditors that we're dealing with on a daily basis, such as Reagan Benson, okay? The queen bitch, that when I watch her videos, he comes to mind. Let me show you one that I just picked out of the blue moon that made me think about her and Eric Brandt.
There's State Patrol. They're guarding the park. So this area is closed to the public from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. But they're here on patrol. What are you guys doing today? Hi. What are you guys doing today? Guarding the park? Huh? I'm just trying to ask you a question. Sorry? I'm just trying to ask you a question. What are you guys doing? Guarding the park?
Yes, ma'am.
From who? Are we not allowed to come in it?
What?
Are we not allowed to come in it?
Oh, you can go in.
Oh. It's just like security? Is it security?
Have a good day, ma'am.
I'm just asking you a question. Can you not answer that question? Why are you parked on the lawn here? I'm curious. Is that how you interface with the public? Aren't you a public servant?
No, and no. Number one, no, that is not how they interface with the public. That's how they interface with you because they know who you are. They know what you're doing. You do it all the time. That's not how they interface with the public. That's how they interface with random idiots, especially well-known idiots that they know are out to get them. But you're my servant. You must bow down before my tyrannical will because I have a camera. Servant. Dehumanizing people by calling them servants. That's what it is. It's a dehumanization tactic so they could sleep at night. Because they don't think of them as human beings. They think of them as slaves, servants. The frauditors are the tyrants. The frauditors are the tyrants. You guys are the frickin' tyrants. Everyone has to bow to your will, follow your directives, follow your commands, or you're going to pepper spray them. How dare you not listen to the man with the camera? The man in the camera is God! And everyone else die in a ditch.
What the fuck is this? Why the attitude? Why the fucking attitude? Hey, I'm talking to you. Why the fucking attitude? You work for the fucking public. I was trying to nicely ask you a fucking question. And now you're going to get treated like a dick. What's your name? Boone, what's your badge number? What's your badge number? What is your badge number? What is your badge number? Yeah, you're going to get the same fucking attitude you just gave me, you condescending fucker. Give me a card or your badge number. What's your badge number? Yeah, you don't have to give me shit because you're up here and the public is down here, right? And you prefer us on our knees, don't you? You fucking condescending little fucker. Why don't you go sit in your fucking car since you can't interface with the public?
You're really nice, lady.
Yeah, fuck you. Nice this, fucker. You get 15 seconds with me. You want to act like a condescending fucking dick? You're going to get treated like one. Because you work for us, fucker. And all I did was try to ask you a question. So get in your fucking car and shut the fuck up.
Ma'am.
Fuck you.
Ma'am.
Fuck you.
Can I say anything?
No. Give me your badge number.
I can't say anything, can
Give me your badge number. That's all I asked for.
Ma'am.
Give me your badge number.
Ma'am.
Give me your badge number. Give me your badge number. You fucking little prick. You see? You see this shit? And they fucking wonder. They fucking wonder. Look at him. You little fucking weasel. Go sit in your fucking car. And turn it off. This costs taxpayers money. Yeah. Prick. You see? You see this shit? And they fucking wonder. They fucking wonder.
Who's the
Look at
one
him.
barking orders?
You little fucking weasel. Go sit in your fucking car. And turn it off.
Go sit in your car.
This
Turn it off.
costs
He's
taxpayers
barking
money.
orders.
Gas is over $5 a gallon. Turn your fucking car off.
Are you having a bad day?
No, but I think you are, you fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you.
You're being unreasonable.
Fuck you. I'm being unreasonable?
Yep.
Well, so were you. You don't like it, do ya? You don't fucking like it, do ya?
Ma'am, I've said nothing bad to you.
No,
You've
you
been
didn't
very
answer my fucking questions, and you walked
No,
away
Lord
like a
KJW, she is not.
fucking prick.
She's a harpy
Mean and
witch.
unreasonable.
Yep.
To
A
a
demonic
fucking
entity
tyrant
from the
who
pits
thinks
of
they
hell.
don't answer to the public.
Ma'am.
You deserve more of it.
You don't know me, ma'am.
I don't fucking need to know you. I asked you what you were doing because you're a public servant.
I'm not going to talk to you.
I'm just not nice. I tried to be nice to you. You don't like nice. See what you respond to? You respond to hostility because you're a fucking tyrant. Because you signed up for fucking violence, and that's the only thing you respond to.
Ma'am, I'm sorry you feel that way.
You know what? I'm sorry that you're a fucking tyrant, and you ought to get a new job.
Okay, you have a good day,
Are
ma'am.
you reproducing?
I'm gonna go hide in my
Go
car.
get a vasectomy. Are you reproducing?
I'm sorry.
Give up your parental rights.
sorry you're having a
Give
bad
up
day.
your parental rights. Our Boone.
Okay,
Give
have
up
a good
your
day, ma'am.
parental rights. Yeah. Fuck you. Don't get out of your fucking car.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, can you not sleep better at night knowing that she's out there doing this? Like, what does that do? What does that do? What purpose does that serve? That is not redressing your grievance. Buy a freaking dictionary, find out what redressing is, because that ain't it. Screaming and hollering like a lunatic in someone's face, that ain't it. You got to give that same book to Wolverine Transparency and Broken System, Broken Trust, too. They think that this is redressing your government. Human beings treat each other with respect. Reagan is not one. She represents a demonic animal. Exactly! They think it makes for good video content by asserting dominance. Absolutely. That's why they always insist on name and badge number. It's them trying to assert dominance. It's them trying to control the narrative and the situation. It's a game. They're playing a game. And they think it's hilarious. Like Rogue Nation, if he's still in here, I guarantee you he's laughing right now. He thinks this stuff is funny, which is all the more reason why I think he's a scumbag. The fact that he actually thinks this stuff is funny means that there's something wrong with his brain. What is it? Schadenfreude? Yeah. Andy Lewis. Anger and stupidity rolled up in a poisonous package of laughable ignorance. I love that. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Is there a manual on the proper way to redress? Okay, so it's called the dictionary. Like, yes. What you do is like you go to maybe like your town hall meetings, but unlike Regan and DMA, you go to your town hall meeting and you explain exactly what your issue is. You don't scream, F you, you're all a bunch of pieces of crap. Who's gonna actually take your grievance seriously if you're screaming in their face like that? Who's even gonna hear what your grievance is if you're screaming in their face like that? The proper way to redress is in a way that actually will get things done. If you even have a point. See, that's a big part of the problem. Is on your end of the aisle, you're like, well, I tried that and it didn't work. Well, okay, so tell me what happened. Well, I went to the town hall meeting and I told them nobody should ever get pulled over for anything ever, and everyone should just drive with no rules and all kill each other in the streets and turn it into a bloodbath. And then they don't do that, and then you get mad. Well, see, this proves that the system is rigged. They didn't make the changes I told them to make. Well, because you're asking for stupid, ridiculous, nonsensical changes. Regan Benson went to the the Sheridan Town Hall meeting, and because the new sheriff put up speed traps, she went to the meeting and screamed and yelled and sweared to fire him for putting those speed traps up. How dare he violate people's rights by putting up a speed trap? A month later, they go to the town hall meeting, and she says, the first words out of her mouth, I thought I told you guys to fire him. That's how you redress your government? By barking orders at them, and when they don't bow to your will, when they don't follow your demands, when they don't act like they're your slaves, when they don't act like they're your property, then they're not doing their job. False equivalencies. All right. Yeah. Walking around acting like an idiot is the same thing as the Boston Tea Party. You obviously know absolutely nothing about history if you think what you're doing is the same thing. Either that or you really are just that stupid. And you probably really are just that stupid. I wasn't going to go down to insults, but that is a stupid equivalency. It's a false equivalency. And if you actually think that's true, then you're as dumb as I said you were. As everyone says you are. You actually are that stupid. Holy crap. Read a book, you moron. See, this is the problem with the way these idiots think. This is why it blows my mind. It absolutely drives me insane when I hear the arguments these guys make, because they're so nonsensical. Absolutely nonsensical. And I always say, what does Rogue Nation do? It's exactly the same thing. With him, it's always no different than me saying, okay, Rogue Nation, you want to actually sit and have a discussion? Okay, so let's discuss what's going on. I want to understand your point of view. So when you walked into that woman and that lady was behind the counter and she said, "Please don't film me, sir." And because she said that, you went out of your way to film her even more and make her feel more uncomfortable and purposely go out of your way to make her more upset. How does that in any way have anything to do with transparency or the government or civil rights or freedom? And his answer will be, well, don't you know that that cop killed that kid that time? Right. I asked you why you filming that specific lady in that specific instance had anything to do, or how that had anything to do with freedom or transparency or any of that. Well, didn't the Boston Tea Party was a thing that happened? How does walking into a building, wobbling a camera around like an idiot, insulting people and pissing people off, which back in the days that the First Amendment was passed, if you insulted someone, you could legally challenge them to a duel where someone's going to get shot for insulting someone, for saying insulting language. And the forefathers were all for it. Hey, Hezokuai. Hey, Hezokuai Army Voodoo Frauditor Slayers. All right. Love it, love it, love it. And here's Happy Dance. All right. Thank you very much. Read a book, laughing out loud because he's absolutely never read one. I see absolutely no video anywhere behind Hez. Yeah, there's not a video behind me. It's just a wall. Painting, some shirts. Yep. Let's see. Book, not video. I literally wrote the book on Frauditors. So, okay. Let's see. Available on Amazon.com. Link will be in the description below. Let's see. Ling Chi. Let's see more Frauditor jury trials where they find out we the people really think of them. Yes. See, this is what I'm saying. They always seem to think that the general public isn't who the public servants work for. See, that's a big, huge part of my beef with these guys. If you walk into a DMV and there's like 40 people waiting there, you are the only person who matters. The general public, the other customers in the building, they don't matter. The public servants cannot serve the public. They have to forget the public and focus on the idiot with the camera. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you comprehend, if you're still in here, can you comprehend the words that are coming out of my mouth? I'm going to repeat that. When you walk into a library or a DMV or a post office, city hall, courtroom, and it's full of people, the public, and they don't like you being in there filming them, all of the people who work there, the public servants, have to stop serving the public and focus all their attention on just the guy with the camera. He's the only one that matters. Everybody else in the building, the public, we the people, don't matter. Only the idiot with the camera matters. Do you understand why we say the public servants are not your personal private servants? Is it getting through your skull at all that when you guys do what you do and you say, oh, they're servants, you're saying they're your servants? The general public, who they actually are the servants of, don't want you there. They serve the public. The public doesn't want you to film them. The public servants are serving the public, not you personally. Paul Rumor Fraser for £5. Why do frauders fraud at libraries? Because frauditors are freaking idiots. Because for them, it's like entering a place very new for them, and they have no clue what's going on there. Yeah, because they've never been in a library before. All right, here's your happy dance, buddy. All right. What am I bitching about now? Well, I'll say it again, because if you are the real Jeremiah, you'd probably need to hear this too. See, which I don't think you're really him, but just, Rogue Nation heard it too. No, your illogical view of history and government is not getting through to you. Okay. My view is not getting through to me. Okay, all right. All right. But listen, let me say this one more time. I'll try to speak slowly and clearly and without shouting so that you won't just phase out what I'm saying through the shouting and not actually pay attention to the point I'm trying to make. So I'm going to say it one more time. If you walk into a building, whether it's a DMV or a post office or a courthouse or a library, and it's full of customers, those customers are the public. Those customers are we the people. The public servants are there to serve the general public. When those people don't want to be filmed, now the public servants, you want them to ignore the public that they're there to serve and only focus on you. Screw everybody else. They could all lay in a ditch and die as far as you're concerned. The only thing that matters is the person who's not even a customer. That's the best part. They have to ignore all the customers and focus on a non-customer because the non-customer happens to be holding a camera. How do you not understand why that's a problem? How do you not understand? They are the public. They are not we the people. Oh, so the general public isn't we the people, only people who wave their cameras rudely in people's faces and swear at them are we the people? That makes way more sense than what I said. Where does it say in the Constitution that you have to wave a camera in someone's face? Frauditors waste public resources. That's a fact. If they paid taxes, they'd compute the waste of taxpayer dollars that actually causes. No, because Rogue Nation loves filing lawsuits and stealing taxpayers' money by following lawsuits and people. Happy dance time! All right, thank you. Okay, yes, Rogue. Yes, Rogue. You didn't say that we the people are just the frauditors. You said that the general public is not we the people. Okay. So, fine. Literally, like, are you saying we the people is just literally the pen in the hand of the person who wrote it? Even though he wrote we? Oh, lack of comprehension skills, I guess, in that one. So anyway, once again, the reason why the auditors are the real tyrants is because what they want is the only thing that matters. The people who they're auditing, what they want means nothing. The general public and what they want means nothing. We the people is a political entity made up of every constituting member dummy. Well, if you have a member dummy then you're putting your member in the dummy, I guess. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union. I use that because that's what your little boyfriend, Sean Paul Reyes, uses. We, the people. We, the people. We, the people, are here to support me. We, the people, are here to... So that's how I'm using it. So I apologize. I thought you had a brain and could figure stuff out. I wouldn't have to hold... I keep forgetting I'm talking to someone who thinks like a child, so I have to explain in extreme, exact detail, literally every syllable I utter, so that he might actually comprehend the words that are coming out of my mouth. Michael X. Wow, Reagan, you got a very limited vocabulary and stinky britches. Oh, oh, you just reminded me of a chef song. Stinky britches, y'all are... Rogue is my public servant. I paid for his lawyer. I paid for his point-appointed lawyer. So now he's my servant. He needs to go make me a sandwich. That's right, Rogue. We paid for your lawyer. We paid for your settlements through our taxes. You owe us. You work for us. You're our servant now because we're the ones who are paying your salary. So do what we tell you to do, punk. Thinking you're so cool because you could harass women and you get off on it. Punk. Punk. Nothing but a little punk. Skunk. Skunk. Stinking like a skunky punk. So yeah, the Frauditors, they love to just walk in the room. Ah, wait, I already got the Elvis gnome up. I didn't mean to show him this early in the show. I don't want to give the wrong idea. We're not over yet. Rogue hates his life and is miserable, so his goal is to try and make everyone else around him miserable, and that's the only way he could get it up. Oh boy, LJ sings, hope you're feeling good today. Stinking like a stinky bandit. He's living off the public teat. That's right, he loves it. We paid for his room and board. Yep. Let's see. All frauditors need police, public employees, etc., or they'd have no one to film, and therefore frauditors work for them. You'll never convince Rogue he's wrong. He isn't even smart enough to consider it a possibility, much less a fact. Well, that's one of the reasons why. Okay. So I'll tell you guys this. There's two things going on with me at this point. As far as that goes. One, I've done this enough times and spoken to enough of these guys, especially after this weekend, when I was on Rogue's panel and frickin' media was bragging about beating up that poor kid after creeping on those college girls. He didn't mention the fact that he was creeping on college girls when he told the story in Rogue Nation's panel, though. He left that part out. Stefan St. German, hey, you owe me your address. You won yesterday. Email me where to send your prize. 220 Canadian. Rogue would not survive 2 minutes in the 18th century. That's exactly right. Here's your happy dance. All right. I'm willing to bet. I am seriously, legitimately willing to bet that if Rogue Nation laid down on a wooden board, I could probably bench press him 52 times. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Ray, Frauditor, Ram, Deb Beasley. All right, maybe 10 times. Yes. Won't be long till we find cameras beneath the monkey bars. Yes. But anyway, like I was saying, so these guys, at this point, there's two things going on in my head. One is the ones who've been at it for a while, I've talked to them enough times and had enough conversations with them. Oh, Stefan St. German wants the prize to go to Frauditor News Network. Very generous. Thank you. She's going to be so happy when I tell her that. Anyway, so with that being said, I know that these guys are always going to give you a hard time. They're never going to listen. They're never going to learn. They don't want to listen. They don't want to learn. They don't actually care about any of these things that they supposedly are fighting for. All they care about is making their stupid videos for their stupid clout. So like I said, so now I'm going to think of it as, here we go. This is how we're going to look at it from now on. You want to flex your rights or you'll lose them? Well, I don't want to lose my right to fair use your video. So I'm going to flex my right to do that by keep doing what I'm doing and talking what I'm talking. Because in this country, I can sit here and yap for 2.5 hours. And because freedom of speech isn't in danger, I can. And nobody's trying to stop me except for you freedom of speech advocates. What? What? I'll say it again. Every day I'm on here 3 hours, 4 hours. Right now, 2.5 hours. Talking all kinds of mad shit. And nobody's trying to stop me. Because freedom of speech is not under attack. Except for by you guys. Trying to tell me that I can't say this or that or the other thing. The frauditors are the tyrants. Ow. Look out! That was my Second Amendment check, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Do your employees know you do this? Well, you know what? I bet you if they don't watch his videos, he probably tells them, oh, yeah, I'm a civil rights crusader and I stand up for the First Amendment, blah, 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 blah. I always say this. I always say this, too. And again, I'm only using this as an example because it is applicable. And it is a real life situation that, you know, it was in the news, national news at the time. It was public, so it'd be easy to look up and verify that I'm not just talking out of my ass. But it has nothing to do with the political views, okay? I'm not going there. It's just a point about the First Amendment. A couple years ago, Ben Shapiro was all set to give a speech at DePaul University. When he showed up, they would not let him in the building. They were suppressing his free speech. Where are the First Amendment auditors fighting against situations like that? Where free speech actually is under attack. Where are you guys at? Crickets. No, you guys go to a freaking library. You guys go to the DMV. What? The post office. Whose freedom of speech is being hindered in the post office? They're not allowing you to say, may I have a stamp, please? Why do you even, how do you even, when do you, what? Frauditors only fight for their wallets. 220 Canadian, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you so very much. Wait, what is this? Oh, only indigents qualify for a public defender. That's right, Skyhawk. Well, they're supposed to. But a lot of them use, use excuses. Like Direct D had that whole indigency hearing recently that turned out to be a disaster for him, which turned out to be hilarious for us. Let's see. The same thing pays me every time. Freedom of religion means that they can deny you, means that they can't deny you a Bible if you go to jail. Or you only get the one Bible, just follow the one God, their God. Well, wait, what does that have to do with Rogue Nation? What? I just did a video about the separation of church and state. Nice. Like an actual video that actually has a point. I look forward to it. I would actually like to see, like, See, this is the thing. And this is a perfect segue, actually, to what I was going to say. I said I had two things. I said the first one. Here's the second one. The first one is it's almost pointless to talk to these people now because I know and understand that they refuse to listen. They don't want to listen. Again, either they already know better, so they don't care, or they're too stupid to understand. So either way, they're not going to listen. But the second part is I still remember. It's still fresh in my mind. The whole Big West situation. The whole legalized drugs situation. Seeing those guys, Ironton Auditor, seeing 3 of these guys who were on that side, who eventually did grow a brain and actually did realize that what they were doing was wrong and why it was wrong. So I know it's possible. I've seen it happen 3 times. So I still have a teeny tiny little speck of hope that maybe someday some of my words might actually get through those thick skulls and they might understand, oh, wait a minute. Maybe this guy has a point. Paul Rumore Frazier for £5. Ow. It has been proven that people are so fed up with frauditors that changes the laws to counteract frauditors and restrict our freedoms are welcomed. That is exactly the major problem besides the fact that they're violent. Here's your happy dance. All right. Yes, besides the fact that frauditors are getting more and more violent and more vicious with their fraudits and going on their victims, is also the second biggest problem with what they're doing is that they are forcing the hand of the government to actually attack our rights. Because it's the only way they're going to stop you guys. And again, since you're still in here, Rogue, I'll ask you again. I brought this up yesterday. I've been bringing this up a lot lately. When you're out there doing your thing and you're auditing, trying to act like a self-appointed big shot, and people are they don't want you to film them, they don't want you to do this, they don't want you to do that, and you don't care what they say, even though they've made it clear to you they don't like it, you're going to be heartless, emotionless, soulless, because feelings don't trump rights. So you're going to purposely go out of your way to hurt feelings. What's up, Tones? For what? Because the only way, and this is what I said yesterday too. When you guys say your ultimate goal is to be able to walk into a building and nobody bothers you, and they just let you film, one, that is going to open the door because criminals, like real criminals, you'll be like, well, I'm not a real criminal. Yeah, but real criminals, they can access YouTube as well. They could find out what you guys are doing. And if the laws are changed to make it so that anyone can film anything and no one can say a word to them, number one, that's going to open the door for real criminals to say, dude, thank you, you First Amendment auditors. You just made my job of identity theft super easy. Now I can go anywhere and no one can stop me. I can film all of the people's personal private information. Great. Open field for us. Number two, the only possible way to get the people, the customers, the general public, the people, the public, that the public servants are there to serve. But you don't want them to serve the public. You want them to serve you. And again, you didn't even address that point. You said, well, we the people is a different thing than that, right? But the point, you always ignore the point. You know what? I'm going back to that because you always ignore the point. That's one of the reasons why talking to you is so frustrating to me. I made this whole big point about the public servants are there to serve the public. So when you walk into a building full of the public and the public does not want you there, you want the public servants not to serve the public, their customers, but you want them to completely ignore the public to serve you, a non-customer, above the general public? Shouldn't the public servant be serving the general public, not the one random idiot who isn't even a legit customer because he has a camera? Paul Rumor Fraser for $4.99. Hez, you're losing your time trying to educate frauditors. As Kabir said, do not waste knowledge on fools. We never seen soap wash coal white. Yes. I love that. That's beautiful. And here's another happy dance. All right. Thank you. Yes. You polish a turd, it's still poop. It has nothing to do with rights. It's all about confrontations, clicks, and views. That's exactly right. How about less talking and more going in? Oh, man. Anyway, so I never do that. Do what? Audit? I love the way that he always tries to paint himself like he's this sweet public photographer, and just because he's a First Amendment auditor doesn't mean that he engages in First Amendment auditing activities. What do you do for a living? What do I do for a living? Yeah. I'm a professional bowler. Oh, yeah? What's your average? I don't know. I don't go bowling. Well, I mean, shouldn't you be, bowling if you're a professional bowler? Well, why would you put me in the same category as those people? I don't understand why you would do that. Well, you're a bowler. You said you're a bowler. Yeah. I'm a professional bowler. So you go bowling. No, I don't do that. I would never do that. You call yourself an auditor. You go on audits. And yet every time I mention anything about auditing, you're like, I don't do that. I've never done that. You've never engaged in any sort of auditing activity? Paul Rumor Fraser for £2. They're grifters and capable of having a normal job. Here's your head today. All right, thank you. Yes. Here's the thing. All right. One of the reasons why I even tolerate any George is because I don't know. It's fun to get into it sometimes. But anyway, and again, like I said earlier, I always feel like if I keep repeating myself over and over and over and over, eventually maybe someone will start to understand, if their brains are capable of understanding some of the things I'm saying, and start thinking, well, wait a minute. If I walk into a building and there's a bunch of people there and they ask me not to film, and I keep filming anyway, that's the problem. Like, well, I've never done that. Really? Show me the video where you didn't. Rogue Nation, you are so bored now that you're on probation. You have to come here. No, actually, Tones, he's been coming here forever. I interviewed him twice when I first started the channel. In my stories, Graham, I contact the subjects and ask them. It's not hard, bro. You have stories? Wow. I do a yard sale. I got plenty of downtime. Hey, the Forgiving Jerry's in the house. What's up? His denial of the profession he made up to make himself important shows how important that distinction really means to him. Yes. Exactly. Oh, so you speak to the victims. That's one side of the story. So how do you objectively obtain the other side of the story? If you stop beating your head against the wall, it'll stop hurting. Just saying. So in that case, let's watch the rest of this video. It's almost over.
Well, there you go. Tell me that she's not a piece of work, okay? Now, when I first saw this video, I said I could tell that the officer, just didn't want to get into a confrontation with her, okay? In the very beginning, when she was asking the officers what they were doing at the park, I honestly felt that the officer just could feel it. This chick is not playing with a full deck. I am not about to fall into her little bait there of getting into a back and forth argument. And he tried to ignore her just to let her, hopefully she would just go about her business. And that did not work at all. And again, I say, when I watch her in her videos where she is going through one of her menopause phases, Eric Brandt comes to mind. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I have to break these videos up because, again, a lot of you guys don't want to see hour-long videos, and it's truly hard to put a lot of information within 30 minutes, okay? And I hope that at the very end, when I end the video, not this one, but when it gets...
All right, anyway, he's just, at that point, hey, first of all, round of applause for Familia TV. All right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Here's the problem. Okay, so first of all, thank you for Familia TV. All he was saying at the end there is that this video was a really long one, so he decided to chop it up into 3 parts, and that was part 1, and the other 2 parts are coming soon. And I'm sure we will cover them here. Don't forget, tomorrow's Saturday. So tomorrow is going to be me and the Frauditor News Network at 5 p.m. Eastern Time with our guest, according to Asia, is going to be here. Hey, Frauditor Father, sorry, brother. I haven't been here this morning. I was taking Mrs. Rango's mama to breakfast. Of course, now I'm going to eat because as soon as I get here, you have that evil... So now you can't eat after seeing her face. No, it's cool because Rogue Nation's in here. So me and Unclean Hands and Tones overthinks it was in here and everybody, and we're all just giving him a hard time, having fun. Paul Rumor Fraser, what's up? Making fun of Rogue Nation. And it's kind of interesting what I said, and since you're here, I'm going to repeat it for you to hear it. I've been talking about how I've kind of adjusted my mission statement a little bit to address some of the arguments that they make. Kind of like one statement to address several different arguments they make. This addresses their argument that all we do is steal their content. It addresses the argument that we don't do anything to fight for our rights or freedom, and they're the freedom fighters. So, what? Right up yours. What's up? Hey, drop a like, buddy. Thank you. So, what I said was, all right, here's how I'm addressing all of that in one statement. So, from now on, I'm a civil rights activist, fighting for my right to use your videos under fair use. That's what I'm doing for freedom. That's what I'm doing for rights. If you don't use your rights, you lose them. I'm going to use my right to steal your videos, under fair use. So now I'm a civil rights activist, and now I'm not stealing your videos. I'm a civil rights activist. Yeah, you're doing what you do because it's legal. Well, guess what? Fair use is legal. I'm doing it because it's legal. How about that? You know what you should address? A happy dance. All right. Right up yours knows what's up. Here we go, buddy. All right. Oh, you know what? I was just talking about professional bowlers, too. I use that as an example, as an analogy. That's awesome. $20 says Rogue won't know when or where he's going to be in Bradenton. Now, see, the problem with these frauditors is they won't tell you where they're going to be ahead of time because they know that we'll show up. I've said it before, though, and I'll say it again. If there was any way I could get a line on these guys and I could actually show up at their audits and intercept them and me audit them doing their audit, oh, that would be so fun. That would be so much fun. Especially someone like Selmo, or Whisk Boy. One of those kind of guys, one of those ones with the big, fast-talking mouths, because I know their script just as well as they do, if not better. I'd be able to go toe-to-toe with them. It'd be brilliant. Professional bowler. How about professional bong smoker? Rogue, if you want to legitimately want to expose bad cops, I feel you need to find a way to obtain all the facts somehow. No one wants bad cops, but no one wants bad journalism either. See, again. Now, look at this right here and tell me, ladies and gentlemen, in what way does a statement like this address any of the legitimate issues that I brought up? It doesn't, because no frauditor ever will, because they can't, because they're full of poo, caca. That's right, it's Crispy's job, man. You could go give each other Hummers in the back of the car. I don't know. Yes. Let's see. Greg Jonick, super. Okay, sorry. I was just Oh yeah, Salacious. I just looked at Discord. Yeah, it's all good. No worries at all. And see, this is the other thing though. It's interesting to see how these people always respond with like these things where, like, for example, what he just said, right? Well, how come your channel isn't more popular? I don't know. How come your penis isn't 3 inches longer? Like, what the hell? Who cares? Again, you're the one who wants to fight for free speech. Here I am, literally. What have you ever done for your rights, Hez? I'm doing it right now. If using your rights is flexing them, if using your rights is how you exercise them, I'm using my right to free speech every day, 6 days a week. I come on here and I talk for hours. That's me flexing my rights to free speech. I engage in it every day. And the only people I insult are douche canoes that deserve it. Not random people. Not someone who had the unmitigated audacity to let me know that they don't feel comfortable being filmed by a weirdo. Maserati 5000 GT for $10. That's a great idea. We should audit the frauditors. Hell yeah. Let me do a happy dance. All right. Thank you. And let me tell you something too. Because Rogue Nation, if you're still paying attention and you're still listening, don't think I didn't notice that is not the first time that you said, because I know that you know general vicinity of where I'm at. And I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that you know that basically we could find each other if we had to. And this isn't the first time that you've invited me because of that. Like I'm not trying to say anything like doxing wise or whatever. I'm saying because of that, this isn't the first time that you've invited me to go along with you on an audit. Because you know that it's not like literally physically impossible for us to actually get together. But here's the problem with that. And here's why I won't do that with you. I, unlike frauditors, have empathy. I, unlike frauditors, have a soul. I, unlike frauditors, care about human beings. And even though way deep down in my heart, I want to believe that all of you guys are just demonic entities and not actually people, there's still part of me that has hope that you are human. And that being the case, if I plan ahead of time to go with you on an audit, I would not be able to bring myself, because we agreed to go together and do the thing. I wouldn't be able to bring myself to turning it around on you. Like, if I find an auditor, like, Rogue Nation, Aselmo, SGV News, they're going to be at this place tomorrow at noon. So I show up there at noon. They show up. And I purposely go out of my way to derail their audit. Because that's ultimately what my goal would be. Of course, I would sell it as I'm auditing the auditor, because you sell what you're doing as a civil rights activism. My actual goal would be to derail your audit. So if I go there with you, I couldn't consciously allow myself to try and derail the audit that I agreed to come with you to. I'd have too much of a conscience to allow myself to do it at that point. It would have to be a sneak attack, just like you guys when you walk into the place. The whole idea is to flip it on you. Oh, Tones just solved my whole problem. Just go, but wear an I'm with stupid t-shirt. And carry a boombox blaring Disney music. Yeah, there you go. You got it. You're right. That's how we'll do it. Sorry, I jumped the gun on that one. For £5 from Paul Rumor Fraser. Rogue Nation, you should find the tree in Amazon working overtime to produce oxygen to make you the waste of oxygen you are. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your happy dance. All right, thank you. Oh, man, that's awesome. We all can't be Gary Snow. In other words, Hez goes from the anti-frauditor community to the true crime community. Yes, exactly. They used to be humans, but they sold their souls. That's right. I think I'd be able to put them in their place if I saw one of them out in Publix. There's no expectation of privacy in Publix. Yes. We'll work it out. I could follow your lead. I was all right, let's go. You go live, and then I'll porn bomb you. Done. No more Rogue Nation. YouTube will make sure of that. All right. Pope Phil. PMSL. All right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, with all that being said, you know what? I'm having fun. So instead of wrapping it up at the 3-hour mark, let's watch one more video. Ladies and gentlemen, Blackheart Night. All right. Let's bigify this. Make it full screenify, bigify, hugify, transmogrify into the awesome eye. helmet-headed skeleton boy. Ladies and gentlemen, News Now Voodoo's arch nemesis, Blackheart Knight.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves in Cooperstown, New York, with a frauditor who tries to audit the local city hall. But he's not a very good listener, so he's pretty much booted out fairly quickly. So let's go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
All right, folks. It's Wednesday, the 31st of May, 2013. We're out here in the village of Cooperstown. We are at the Oneida County or Otsego County offices here on Main Street in Cooperstown. We're gonna head on up and see if these folks respect our right to record in public. Let's see what happens. Here at the clerk's office.
Oh boy, another FOIA requesting frauditor who's going to do absolutely nothing with the requested paperwork. Well, except for Anthony Lopez, who tends to use it to feed his goats. I mean, they gotta be fed. But this frauditor, I'm not so sure what he's going to do with it anyway, if he manages to get it. So let's carry on.
Oh, you have a resolution?
Sorry, dude, but you don't have the authority to declare what's constitutional and unconstitutional. Only the courts have the power to do that. Because if every Tom, Dick, and Softtard actually had that kind of power, then this country would be in absolute anarchy by now.
So I got a question for you. Sign over here. It says it's per a resolution. Is that a law or is that something that the county adopted?
There's a resolution right behind that.
So it's a resolution. This one right here?
Yep.
I'm going to take a look at that if you don't mind. All right, folks. We're gonna...
You know what, Rogue, while you're here, let me ask you something. Because this video is making me think about it. So I'm living before I knew anything about the First Amendment auditing community, before I ever heard of it. I'm 50 years old. So, and I've known about you guys for maybe, oh man, now probably what, 4 or 5 years now? So 45 years, 4.5 decades living on this planet. Not once had I ever even thought about wanting to film inside the library or the post office or the DMV or City Hall or the local police station. It never even crossed my mind. How did that become such a... See, this goes back to the whole point where you're saying, like, well, the Boston Tea Party, Rosa Parks was addressing an issue that affected everybody, whether directly or indirectly. The Boston Tea Party was addressing an issue that affected everybody. Who wants to film inside any of these places in the first place? It was never anything I ever even thought of until I started seeing Frauditor videos. Like, how do you even have that thought enter your head? I want to go and film at the DMV today because I got nothing better to do. And then tomorrow I'll go and film at the City Hall. And then the next day I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth. If I really, 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 really think about it really hard, there may have been a time or two growing up in Chicago, because some of the architecture and some of the buildings downtown, even on the inside, are so beautiful that I may have considered wanting to get some footage of some of that stuff because it was so cool looking. But just going in there and setting up a tripod, and waiting for someone to tell me to stop filming them so that I know now that's who I'm going to film. Again, I go back. The original question. 4.5 decades existing on Earth, never even occurred to me to go film in one of these places. Everyone I've ever met in that 45-year span never even thought, never even had the idea, it never even the inclination. Man, I want to go to the post office today and film my interaction. Like, whose rights are you fighting for? If you win, what did you win? Again, the only thing that could possibly happen is you're going to make it easier for people who want to do identity theft to get the information recorded. And you're going to increase tyranny. Because the only way you can get the government to guarantee that no one's going to ask you to stop filming is by tyrannical control and tyrannical laws that do take away people's rights to tell you, hey, get that camera out of my face, you punk. Now you're going to have the government enforce laws against speech that you don't like? You're the tyrant. Paul, Rumor, Fraser for 5 pounds. Frauditors equal flat earthers, anti-vax, conspiracy theorists. Rogue, no one is entitled to his opinion, only to his well-informed opinion. Stain. All right. Here's your happy dance. All right. And I still have never seen, not just here today, but in general, any auditor give me any indication of any logical explanation that actually makes sense. Their arguments, some of them have arguments for them, but none of them make sense. Nobody's ever said anything to me that made sense as to why they do what they do. Like, how did they even come up with this as an idea? What are you going to do with your life? I'm going to go randomly film people in public buildings. Why? And if you win, if they got what they wanted, he used the example earlier of the Boston Tea Party. That affected all 13 colonies. The entire nation at the time was affected by that. Rosa Parks invented the entire nation. Arguably, the entire world once the Civil Rights Bill passed in America. If you guys win your fight, the only people that are going to be affected by it are you guys. The general public, who isn't trying to film in these buildings right now, aren't all of a sudden going to start. It's going to make absolutely no difference at all in anyone's life except for the frauditors. How could you compare what you're doing to something that affected the country or the world to something that's only going to affect the 250 or 300 First Amendment auditors in the world? There's no comparison. That's why I say false equivalencies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate the appreciation. Rosa Parks also wasn't expected to get paid ad revenue. That's right. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, I want everyone, because I just learned this. I did not know this. This is a fact. I just learned this. Everyone who has any inclination to do this, please do it. I'm encouraging this. Because I just learned this. I didn't know. You might not like it. I know a lot of people don't. But support your local Little Caesars restaurant. Wait, what? What? The founder of Little Caesars, back in the day, he got rich because he started his own pizza company called Little Caesars. Found out at that time Rosa Parks was still alive. And she couldn't afford to pay her rent. And when the guy who founded Little Caesars found out that Rosa Parks was still alive and that she couldn't pay her rent, he made damn sure out of his own pocket that for the rest of her life, her rent was paid on time every month. Period. No questions asked. Support your local Little Caesars. Even if you don't like their pies. Buy a couple and send them over to me. All right. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Pop this out of here. Okay, so apparently the county is adapting some sort of resolution which doesn't oversee or doesn't supersede the Constitution.
Well, gee, Mr. Constitutional Law Scholar, can you show me in the First Amendment exactly where it says that you were allowed to film inside of a city hall without being told not to or even trespass from there? No?
I'm sorry. Sorry about the pause, guys. But this comment from Ian Smith is absolutely brilliant. I love it, because it could not be a more factual statement. Like literally true. Rosa Parks was fighting for rights people didn't have, not abusing rights that everyone already has. Thank you very much. I feel sick. Oh. Is it Rogue Nation's fault? Or do you need a happy dance? All right. You keep getting bit by those squirrels. You might have to get you little rabies, man. Look out. Be careful. I appreciate what you do, man, feeding those wild squirrels, but now you're talking about feeling sick. It's, oh, wait a minute. Oh, by the way, is Tones still here? Tones, are you still in the house? Because I want to tell you something. You did something Well, I don't want to get into it if he's not here because it's it's a thing. Yeah, he's still here. All right, Tones, listen. Tones, you did something the other day. Legitimately, I got emotional. Because although you didn't say it in these words, what I saw hold on. All right. I'm leading up to that. But I actually, I got to take a breath because it was emotional. It really was. And here's why. It's not just that. It's what I saw. And again, you didn't say it in these words, but this is what I saw. I saw you unveil the Schrodinger's Cat Memorial Library. And the first thing to happen in it is Fezzington reading my book. The fact that that image even exists on Earth and that I in some way was part of that, that's an honor.
You can't? Well, have you ever heard of the 10th Amendment, which grants the states the rights to create laws that are not covered in the Constitution? And this situation is not exactly covered in the Constitution. So you know what? Shut your bloody mouth.
So, all right, so it's a recording policy, it's not law. The only law in this building would be pertain to the courtroom and the areas adjacent to the courtroom, which would be a judge's rule. Okay. Shall be asked to leave, provided the body and the governing laws further shall take the signage shall be continuous and okay, so we're going to be challenging this resolution today.
Yeah, you're going to be challenging that policy. You and what legal army, dude? Other bigger and badder frauditors than you have walked into that type of territory and walked out as failures. So what makes you think that you're going to make a difference in that?
We should be able to film our county employees in the course of their duties, especially our elected employees.
Many minutes later.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good.
You just taking a picture of that?
I'm just taking some pictures of the office. That's all. I got a picture of your notice over there, the policy.
Okay, yeah, you can't be recorded.
That's policy. That's policy, though, sir. So can I get your name?
Sergeant Haynes.
Sergeant Haynes. Rich, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So what I do is I go around and I challenge policies like this.
Okay.
And so what it comes down to is the First Amendment gives us right to check on our government employees. And so how am I supposed to come in here and check on these government employees if you guys have a policy? And
I understand that.
so the policy does not supersede the Constitution of the United States.
I understand.
You frauditors keep on saying that the Constitution says this and the Constitution says that. But that gives me the idea that you guys have never even bothered to read the Constitution because you would know how vague it can be when it comes to certain topics because it is not an all-encompassing document. That's why, like I said before, we have the 10th Amendment, which gives the states the power needed to do what is necessary to do to run their own affairs, as long as it doesn't violate our rights or the Constitution. But like I said before as well, this is not covered in the Constitution. So my advice to you is actually to sit down and read the whole Constitution because it's really not all that long. And you know what? Maybe you should.
Wait a minute. Deb Beasley, you just gave me an amazing idea. There are certain specific libraries that that DMA audits over and over again. If I could donate copies of my book to libraries that I know he goes to on a regular basis, he might come across it. That would be awesome. Yeah, like at the very top of the library, it's got P. Barnes, and then in the front, it's got Schrodinger. I paused and took a good look at everything. There's a lot going on. It's great, great, great design. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Everyone was talking about what's going to happen to to Leland squirrels if she keeps getting bit by squirrels. And so I wanted to show a picture. There's a literal superhero called Squirrel Girl, and this is the Squirrel Girl action figure. Look at that. You should cosplay as that, Leland, for Halloween or something sometime. Yep, that's Squirrel Girl. She's a mutant. She's one of the X-Men. And her power is, I guess she could talk to squirrels, and she has a tail like a squirrel. Like Wolverine, obviously, his powers are like a Wolverine. Yeah, rawr. Her powers are like a squirrel. It's like, oh, okay, I guess that's kind of cool. As long as the policy doesn't violate rights. Okay, what rights are that violating? Your right to film? The Constitution cameras weren't even invented yet, so what are you talking about? Yeah. Leland Squirrels wants that statue. Yeah, it's a gooder, that's for sure. We all love Squirrel Girl. Round of applause for Squirrel Girl. Thank you. All right. So wait, let's see. If you're so smart when it comes to the Constitution, why aren't you teaching our youth at some prestige university instead of living off of we the people, right? Just remember our definition of the people is not the general public. It's auditors, and everyone else can die in a ditch. So anyway, it's been 3.5 hours. It's pretty much time to go. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. It's been a great day. Don't forget to join me tomorrow at 5 Eastern time with me, Frauditor News Network, and our guest, According to Asia. That's right. Now my dog's freaking out, so I got to kind of rush the ending a little bit to go take care of her. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all your support. See you guys tomorrow. And like the Elvis gnome always says, oh, yeah, I'm all shook up.